Okay, party people in the house, you're about to witness something you've never witnessed before.
Lil' P on the track, boy.
What's the business? What's the business? Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business?
Off of the chopper, chop my balls off, that's the business.
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business?
Strike that back, what's the business?
Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business? AR double drum like what's the business? 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 Catch me sliding to the trap like what's the business?
I'm rapping in the kitchen with the sink peel, and that's the business.
Grinding trying to make a stack like what's the business?
If you didn't see nobody struck, it didn't happen. That's the business. Look at this right here. That's the business.
I'ma pull up on you like what's the business? She gon' give it to the kid like what's the business?
Kool-Aid makeup in my future, that's the business.
30 shots in the clip like what's the business? You don't gotta choose it like what's the business? All my niggas on the job, what's the business?
I got top secret papers in the fort, that's the business.
Tryna rob and you get dry, what's the business? You a walking stain, what's the business?
Paisley hates you and wants to bite you, that's the business.
I'ma hit your chest brain, what's the business? We be running through a block like what's the business? 100 shots for a op like what's the business?
Gang, gang.
Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business?
I'm flexing in a dirty kitchen, that's the business.
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business?
All my bitches want my body, that's the business.
Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business? AR double drum like what's the business?
I'm far from stupid for the record, that's the business.
What's the business? 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 Bro say he need them pounds, what's the business? Hit my line when I'm in town like what's the business? Heard they claiming it's a drop like what's the business? I'ma bring them round them out like what's the business?
Spread my cheeks for sweet meats, that's the business.
Killing overflow like what's the business? Killing for these hoes like what's the business? Never leave without that pole like what's the business?
My booty hurts so bad in the pen, that's the business.
Blowing Cali out the door, what's the business?
Gang, gang.
Stupid link on the cane, what's the business? I'm a guy, Charlemagne, what's the business? Pouring money, that's my lane, what's the business? Thumbing through a whole thing like what's the business? Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business?
Judicial determination for the record, that's the business.
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business? Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business? AR double drum like what's the business?
Call me black like attorney at law. That's the business.
What's the business? What's the business? What's the
business?
What's the business? What's the business? What's the business?
Third party.
What's the business?
In
What's the
arena,
business?
that's the business.
What's the business? What's the business? What's
Kill my
the
baby
business?
mama. Yes, doing drive-bys, that's the business. Hey. Righty, here we go. I don't even know what screen I'm on. I got too many things open. All right. How's everybody doing this evening? Good afternoon, good night, and all that other shebang bangs. How's everybody doing today? Hold on, let me do this here. I apologize. I have a weird setup on my computer, and I'm confusing myself as I sit here. Here we go. Hey, hold on, like, hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey Chantal, Annie. Yeah, Marcus and Stephanie, that's the business. Hey Deb, Glenn, Serios Leggings, Annie, Bob Rube, Vicky, China Smith, welcome, welcome. Chantal, Sean Lockwood, welcome, welcome. Larry H, Ian Richards, welcome, 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 welcome. Carrie, you, welcome, welcome, Carrie. Elaine, this Mama Loves Her Babies, Beverly, Debbie C, Brittany B, Sadie, Elaine. I said Lane Richards. Yes, yes, yes. License Place. Yes, yes. Kathy, Michael. Let me see about everybody here. Gen X Gamer Girl. Yes, Gen X. Yes. Beverly, Ashton. And that's it, everybody. UMD, Jonana. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Tammy, AO, Bright. Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right, guys. Hold on, let me get my other screen up. I cannot tell what's happening. Hey, Tia, welcome, welcome. Marion, how's everybody doing this evening? Seamus, how's everybody doing this evening? Look, this is the most wonderful time of the year. Halloween is approaching. So next Saturday, the 28th, right? I'm gonna do a live stream, and we're gonna have like a costume. Well, I'll just have on like a little witch hat, but we're gonna do Darrell's best freakouts next Saturday for Halloween. Oh, thank you. I miss you guys too. I can schedule a live, and then I'll cancel the live. And I think last week, the week before, I scheduled one. Carrie was live, and so it's just a thing from like the part of YouTube that I came from. That if you share subs with somebody, you don't go live on top of them. So I was just like, yeah, she's live. I'll just go live at a different time. Other times I've been lazy. Another time it was because of traffic, and then I had to pick up my little gremlin from school, and I think he just snuck off and went upstairs. But y'all get a Paisley view in just a minute when he comes back. But anyway, this evening we're gonna get back into Darrell, and we're gonna finish up work on day 12. The day that the rest of his witnesses backfired on him spectacularly. Let me get this off the screen here and move it over here so I can look at it over here. I can see myself. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better here. And move all of you over here. There we go. Awesome. Now I got it set up the way I need to be set up. now we be in business. Oh, thank you, Chantal. I appreciate it. You know, it's time for the real hair to come out. So, yeah. All right. What does it say? Yeah, make sure you guys are smashing that like button on your way in or out, please. And thank you. And I hope that everybody's been having a good time. I know the job been over at Carrie's with the she's been doing the replays. Can you believe it has been a year? It's been over a year. Yeah, I don't consider me called that name. Yeah. So it's been over a year and we're still watching this. Like, this is crazy. Also, if you have not watched any of my Flint City Council meetings, thank you, Glenn. If you have not watched any of my Flint City Council meetings, I'm telling you, you guys are missing a good time. Y'all are really missing a good time. I think y'all should give it a try. Y'all missing a good time, I'm telling you. I cut out a lot of not the foolishness. I cut out a lot of the boring, and it's just foolishness. And if you like Darrell foolishness, you're gonna like Flint foolishness. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with the come on and get to the rest of day 12. And I'm going to start this right after Erica testified and went on his little bitch fit. Hold on, if I can figure out the screen I need to use. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll be gone for a little while and I just forget everything. Yeah, Flint is infuriating, but it's so comical. And it's so much like intrigue with it. So much has happened. I can't even, like get y'all into it because it's just so much that you just living, breathing foolishness every day. All right, there we go. And if I get my thing together there. All right. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Yeah, there's never going to be another trial like Darrell Brooks. And I think that's sort of like why we always watch it. There's never going to be anything like this again in our lifetimes. And we just, and then you learn so much. You learn something new every time you watch it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the party started. We can make fun of this fool. And y'all let me know. I know I have a good mic. Let me know if I'm too loud. I don't want to like bust anybody's eardrums. I'm trying to not yell. All right, here we go. We're coming back. That's the business.
All right, let's take up the issue of the letter and the photographs and your offer of proof, sir, if you have one.
I don't need no offer of proof.
Of course
The
not.
second time, do you have an offer of proof to provide, sir?
We can go past all that. I don't need to act. It's too much of an issue. It's too much of a problem.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to ask you for a third time. Do you have an offer of proof related
I just said
to
no. I just said no. I just said that.
His demeanor drives me crazy. He really is trying to control the situation really, really badly. Oh, you only want to yell at Paisley? Oh, okay. Well, he's upstairs. See, Paisley hates Darrell. So if I'm doing the Flint, y'all can hear him, his calling and stuff. But when it's come to Darrell, he runs upstairs to go and hang with my husband. He didn't want to hear this. I don't blame him. Tired of this fool too. But look at him. He want to control. And look at dude here. Look how pissed he look. He looking like this bitch. You disrespectful. Your mama should have swallowed you. That's what he thinking.
All right, thank you. Then based upon there being no offer of proof, then my decision stands.
Hey, it's Never Mannequin. Welcome, welcome.
As to the continuation of the examination of Ms. Patterson, I would like an offer of proof as to what you believe her probative and relevant testimony will be from this point forward.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know how she's going to answer the rest of the questions. There's not that many questions left. I was almost done.
How the hell you don't know what she gonna answer? This is your witness. This is your witness, and you already cross-examined her before. So this is where you're supposed to do the, I need to elicit something out of Erica to show that I didn't do this. But all he care about is his battery, his Erica Patterson battery on the day that they didn't charge. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? None.
What topics generally were you going to
He don't
question
know.
her about?
I guess I'll have to look in here because so much that happened since over the past hour and a half or so.
Bitch, you was in the courtroom in with your box fort, holding your Bible, pretending to read. You could have been reading, trying to get some questions, read over the reports. But you only do that shit when you come into the courtroom. You're not gonna do no preparation outside the courtroom. You're gonna do it over there.
So I can tell you one thing: I don't intend to have too many more questions. I tell you that. I was almost finished.
I need an offer of proof as to what you believe her testimony would be, meaning what topics. And are they topics that have not already been covered either through her direct examination from the state, your cross-examination, or already covered by your direct?
I don't remember her. What do you mean by related to her direct question?
How the hell you don't remember? You were there.
Is that from the last time she testified?
From the first date that she testified and from today.
I don't
What
remember.
new topics
I
will
don't
you be?
remember everything she testified to the first time. It was 2 weeks ago.
Playing lawyers hard, I know.
Mr. Brooks, this is your opportunity to
I know it's
present
hard.
relevant and probative evidence.
It's hard.
But under 906.11, she's already been questioned now twice by you. So what new topics do you intend to question her about when she comes back on the witness stand?
Yes, that's Jay Prince,
What
ugly
do you
ass.
mean by new topics?
Topics that you haven't already covered.
What does new mean?
What, pursuant to the police report or something? Is that what you asking?
No, it should be pursuant to your case, pursuant to this trial. That's the new topics that she's asking you about. What new topics that we had that you have not covered that would do anything relative to your case is her question.
I don't
I'm
understand.
asking you.
Yeah, it's not hard, sir. Bitch boy.
I'll ask you once again, sir, give me an offer of proof as to what you believe your questioning will be as to Ms. Patterson going forward.
And you said related to topics, right?
You can just give me the topics. I think that's fair.
Look at Jay
Ask
Prince.
questions about the police reports.
Okay. Specifically.
That was the last few questions. That's why I'm saying it was only.
Is it a statement that she wrote?
I don't know if it's a statement that she wrote in here.
Wait a minute now. Now remember, when you had pulled out the letters, you said in one of your tantrums that you knew your baby's mama's handwriting. So since you knew the handwriting, then you would know if it was an actual statement from her, right? Or am I crazy? Y'all let me know. Am I the crazy one? You said you knew her handwriting.
Do you see a written statement with her signature
I will
on it?
have to go through all the paperwork.
Is there a written statement from Ms. Patterson?
Bitch. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna quit pausing this. Bitch, you knew you was calling Erica Patterson. How you don't have questions out for Erica Patterson is beyond me. Oh,
It's my understanding Detective Guth
come
spoke to
on,
her
look
both
at
occasions.
it.
Is that
He
right?
get mad.
Yes, with Detective Barron, with him on the first occasion. Detective Barron wrote that first report. Both interviews were also recorded.
Previously provided with discovery?
Absolutely.
What about the police report, sir? Do you want to question her about so I know with specificity?
He don't know. Some specificity. She don't know about no specificity.
Oh, I'm looking at it now.
We just read the thing. I'm gonna read through the thing. Yeah, you see my Jason Statham over there. Lord, look at Jay Prince's head. He is so aesthetically non-appealing. I'm gonna try to say ugly. I'm gonna say he's aesthetically non-pleasing. He hurts my eyes. He's a very unattractive man or person, male. He's a very unattractive male, very unattractive. Look at him. And you got shit lock extensions too or something, because you got this little piece up here that ain't connecting. It's like he had that little piece up here that wasn't connecting, in the picture, before he had to cut them shits off. But he got a little piece up here that's not connected. How do you have shit locks and you don't maintain them hoes? For all of my Anglo-Saxon friends, when we get our hair locked, we get our hair locked because it's easier to maintain. You only have, you have to wash and condition your hair, of course, and you have to go every, 8 weeks to get your to get it retwisted. So this part here, all these little rough burning bushes here, it wouldn't be that way. It would be smooth, and it would all be inside in the lock, and it'd be nice and neat. This is a person who don't take care of himself. He probably don't bathe. This hair is like some tumbleweed. It can start a fire, a friction fire. A piece of paper fall and hit him on the head. It's gonna start a fire right then and there. He's like, his breath stank. He just looked like he's a filthy, dirty birdie. It's just, I wouldn't want this in my corner personally. I wouldn't want this in my corner. I think that would hurt me. Because there is such a thing as pretty bias, right? So you need to have somebody good looking to be there. Not that. That's probably the best you could do, but not that.
How many officers did reports? Because it seemed like it's more than just 2.
These are things that you should know, sir.
At least from this paperwork, is more than 2.
Somebody answer me.
Mr. Brooks is referring to, I can maybe help him try and explain, but
Sure.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, he does blame Erica, AO.
I can't find the first page.
He did several videos blaming Erica. Shut up, bitch.
So I've got
I don't know if y'all noticed this.
pages.
Okay.
At least from this paperwork, is
I don't know if y'all noticed
more than
this.
2.
Hey, Miss Tanya.
May I have Abel show me what Mr. Brooks is referring to? I can maybe help him try and explain, but
Look at Jason Statham. Okay, now look at this. Look at his reaction.
I can't find the first page to that, but whoever that officer is right there.
So he was rolling his eyes, having a temper tantrum because he was saying that the sheriff's deputy snatched the paper out of his hand. He's like, hey, you didn't have to snatch it. Shut your dumb ass up. Hey, Ashley Lynn.
So I've got pages 2 and 3 out of 6 from Detective Barron's report under Waukesha Police Department incident number 21-047533. This is one of the 2 reports we've been talking about regarding the statements that Ms. Patterson gave to detectives on November 21st and then on November 22nd. This is the first statement.
that the officer you just said?
Yes.
Come on, bruh. You should be doing better than this.
What about that report do you want to question this witness about?
Here you go.
The report is not in order, so again, as I stated before,
Oh.
I have to read it.
Mr. Brooks, I trust that you're prepared. These are your witnesses. So
I guarantee you that report was nothing but 2 or 3 pages. It wasn't in order. I'm so confused. You didn't underline where you were. Oh, but you were so busy, trying to pull out pictures. Oh, so if we didn't have any contact, what's this? To get a ooh reaction. You was too busy trying to intimidate and bully Erica to worry about what was going on in the police report.
what about that report do you want to question Ms. Patterson on?
Here you come.
I just stated 3 times I would have to read a little bit of this to form the question.
That's so stupid.
Under my authority, under 906.11,
906.11.
and given that this witness was initially called by the state, there was a full and fair opportunity for cross-examination by Mr. Brooks at that time, and they had ample time this morning to question her. I will declare that his questioning of her to be closed. I will bring the witness out on the witness stand and then we'll bring the jury out, and then I will simply ask the state if there are any questions, and then we'll move on from there.
Just so I understand, what do you mean by closed?
As opposed to
Not allowing you to ask
open.
her any additional questions, given your full and fair opportunity that you.
Close as in the legs that you've been around. All the legs are closed. That's what closed means. It means closed. This is open, closed. You had 1,000 baby mamas, and now the coochie well and dried up. It's closed. You the bitch on the yard now. It's closed. Like your booty hole is opposite. It's open. See? It's open.
You had previously, when she was called by the state and given the opportunity you had this morning, and your failure to identify for this court any
Look how he
probative and
stares
relevant
at her.
information that you would testify to about what's in that report.
How do I? First of all, the report isn't even in order, so I would have to essentially read at least some of it to even ask a
Mr. Brooks,
question.
this is your witness. I expect that you will be prepared and you will not cause delay by any lack thereof. So I'm bringing the witness out. The jury will come out, and you will not have another opportunity to ask any additional questions unless the state asks questions on cross-examination.
So what is we bringing the witness out for?
I
then,
have
if
to
I
do
can't?
that in front of the jury.
Man, I object to that ruling too. Can you give me a lawful law why?
Your objection is noted for the record. If you start interrupting me when the jury comes out or make any commentary, you will be removed to the other courtroom, and that's.
So I'm being held in contempt again?
Held in contempt again?
No, it's not contempt, sir. It's a finding under Illinois versus Allen. It's a warning that you will forfeit your right
So I might
to
as
be
well
present.
have just
No
stayed over
such
there.
contempt finding.
I might as well have just stayed over there then if I was
Mr.
going to get held in
Brooks,
contempt.
that
He is such a child. I might as well stay over there. You're going to be held in contempt. Oh my God. Whoo, Lord, if I ever talk to Erica again, it's like, I want to know, like, what did you see in him? And when they was going to the back and forth, I know he acted like this. What did you see in him, girl? Please explain this to me. He is such a girl.
decision is for you and you alone to make, and it is based on your conduct. If you're going to
Just take
continue,
me over there. Just take me over there because I'm not finna get held in contempt for nothing.
I have not held
Boy,
you.
we want some
You did.
control so
You're
bad.
attempting to hold me in contempt. That's what that is.
No, that's not contempt.
So is it civil or criminal?
Well, it would be criminal.
Why am I being
Mr.
held in
Brooks?
contempt?
But yeah.
I'm
That's
going to
the-
keep
that's
you
the
in
whole-
here because
that's the whole reason
you're
I
going to need
didn't
to
wanna
call
come-
the next witness, and I'm going to need
Your
to
Honor.
bring you over in any event.
That's the whole reason why I didn't want to come over here because you was gonna find a reason to hold me in contempt.
Well,
Like
I'm
you got a
finding
choice.
reason, and it's not contempt, but I'd find a reason to remove you based upon your disruptive
Well, then
outbursts
remove me if
and
that's
your-
what you want to do. Remove me then.
I don't want to do it, sir. I
Obviously
want
you
in this
do.
courtroom.
Obviously you do. You brought it up before we can even get to.
All right. Mr. Brooks has forfeited his right to be present in
Bye,
this courtroom
bitch.
for the remainder of this witness.
Get out.
Even
So
though it will be
did I
short,
actually forfeit that right?
you have forfeited your right to be present. That
And
is
how
the-
did I forfeit that right, Your Honor?
Stop running them dick
Um,
suckers.
We're going off the record so that he can be removed to the other courtroom and he can call his next witness after we complete with Ms. Patterson and giving the state an opportunity from the neighboring courtroom. And once you can promise to this court that you will abide by the rules of decorum and civility,
Please.
and if you're willing to conduct yourself consistently within that, then I will allow you to come back over.
So why am I being held in contempt now?
I'm not holding you in contempt.
Then what did I do?
All right, I'm gonna step off. You've interrupted repeatedly. I'm gonna step off.
All right. So let's go on up here. All right. We in the fort.
Be seated, Madam Clerk. Would you please have the jury brought out and make sure all the monitors are on?
What?
You are unmuted,
I'm talking about
sir.
when she was. Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Jury is on its way
That's a
in.
good point.
Well, will be shortly.
Why didn't we address subject matter jurisdiction when I was over here?
I'm going to mute
For
you if
the
you do that, sir.
record.
I'm not gonna do it when the jury. That's why I asked now before the jury came in.
I addressed that in my opening type remarks and record when we came back on the record today. I already addressed that.
So will it be proven for the record?
They go to fort. It's already constructed.
So I'm held in contempt when I didn't do nothing, civil or criminal.
That's a misstatement of what I did, sir.
So why am I
I
over
will
here?
advise when the jury's coming in, and if you can't be quiet, you're
Good
going to be
deal,
muted, sir.
Christine.
You gonna mute me anyway?
Not if you're quiet.
So I gotta be quiet like a little kid?
It's not what I said, sir.
But look, the way that she said that is like you would say that to a kid, somebody about 9, 10 years old. Look at her. She looked tired. She looked tired.
You gonna mute me anyway?
Hey, Bright.
Not if you're quiet.
Look at her. That's
So
what
I
you
gotta
say
be
to a
quiet like a
child.
little kid?
Not if you're quiet.
It's not what I said, sir. You have to be
That's what
respectful.
you said.
You have to be respectful of the proceedings.
But nobody has to be respectful to me though.
That's a mischaracterization as well.
So can I say for the record that 2 of your bailiffs was just making gestures behind my head and I seen them through the TV screen and made me feel uncomfortable? No.
That's a mischaracterization.
That's
as
my
well.
favorite line right there.
So can I say for the record that 2 of your bailiffs was just making gestures behind my head and I seen them through the TV screen and made me feel uncomfortable?
So Leanna Owens, Lee Owens' son, is in the courtroom. Literally, you can see him on the screen making gestures at you. But you wasn't scared then. When the person that yelled out and called you a piece of shit, Bernie Hill, you piece of shit, you didn't seem to be upset or bothered at all. But the deputies who you've been talking to and that you talk to and yelling, holler, and scream at, if you need, a friend, the one that has to hook and unhook you to your shackles, they made you feel uncomfortable. They made our baby feel uncomfortable. No, there are no bailiffs behind him. I mean, they might be off to the side somewhere, but there's nobody, in our visual field. No. And I don't know how you can. I mean, you can see a little bit behind you on a dark screen, but you really can't see like that, though. No. Sorry, y'all. I know that I've got y'all with the and then the vehicle. I apologize. I hear vehicle now, so I even got my husband. He says vehicle. Anyway, the vehicle.
Jury's coming in. Please rise for the jury.
So that's not gonna be addressed.
Mr. Brooks, I'm muting you. Oh, okay.
That's the federal district. That was
It was later affirmed. Okay.
I know the jury got to be like, why this fool always missing? I come in here, he missing. I leave, he missing.
Can I have the preliminary instructions for a second? Oh, sure. You should just keep them. They're nearby. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
Look at them demon horns sticking out. So stanky ass down.
Just for the record, Mr. Brooks is appearing from another courtroom. That should not affect your
Oh, the TV
deliberation
screen.
or
Oh,
verdicts
yeah,
in
yeah,
any
TV
way.
screen.
At this time, does the state have any questions for this witness? Right. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down. Thank you for being here.
Oh, damn. He could not get at her that last time. He wanted to get at her one last time, and Judge Jenny screwed up his plan. It's over. That's why he don't want to stand up. He know he looks
The
stupid.
defense may call its next witness, please.
Here you go. There you go.
Go ahead, sir. You can call your next witness.
I thought I was muted.
There you go. Time to play.
So how long am I supposed to stay in here now?
I'm going to excuse the jury.
He is such a
We'll
child.
hopefully have you back shortly. All rise for the jury, please.
Baby, quit scratching that. You don't have too many strands of hair left. Leave that alone, please. He's like such a mental patient. Like he's been shot up with some Thorazine. He needs some Thorazine. Look, we already lost so much weight. All that COVID weight would have came off had we been in the jury.
The courtroom.
We wouldn't have had no COVID weight.
Mr. Brooks, I had the jury leave the courtroom because it appeared to me you wanted to perhaps either ask to come back into the courtroom or make another record of something. Do you want to come back into this courtroom as you call your next witness? You're not muted. You're unmuted.
You go ahead. Put on your.
What's going on now? How am I being held in contempt yet again?
The record will reflect that pursuant to Illinois versus Allen,
He is
Mr.
not
Brooks
deaf
was
and
not
no ear.
held in contempt, although that is one of the possible ways for a trial judge to handle a
He's not even listening.
defendant who is stubbornly defiant, disruptive, and contemptuous.
And ugly.
That is not the only way in which a judge can address a defendant that is being discourteous, disrespectful, and disruptive.
The 3
So
Ds.
pursuant to the authority in Illinois versus Allen, I found that you forfeited your right to be present based upon your conduct. I'd also direct the parties to some persuasive authority from other jurisdictions that are more recent, including People versus Cone from
I'm
the
talking
state of
legal stuff.
Colorado, 160 P. 3rd 366. It's a Colorado Court of Appeals from 2007. And then from the state of Washington, from their Supreme Court, State versus Davis, conduct.
Okay, and all those case laws you just cited are pursuant to that.
Sir, I will ask you, would you like to come back into this courtroom as you continue with the calling of witnesses and your next witness?
Vicinity.
I thought you was using Illinois versus Allen.
You are welcome to come back into this courtroom, sir.
Yo, he got his notebook up. He took some notes about something.
So why was I removed in the first place then?
She just told you.
I've made my findings. The record will stand. I will ask you one last time. Would you like to come back into this courtroom as you call your next witness?
You're not finna hold me in contempt no more. Not gonna do that.
Mr. Brooks is not answering my question directly. So based upon that, I'll advise him that if I will ask one more time and he fails to answer it with a yes or no, I will take that as a no, that he wants to stay in that courtroom.
You can't answer
Mr.
for
Brooks?
me. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you that I will. He's interrupting me again.
Okay, you talking. You the one talking right now, so don't do that.
I'm going to mute him because he's not being respectful and he's just spouting off. So he did not answer my question directly. He has not reclaimed his right to come back into the courtroom because number one, he has not requested it. Number two, he hasn't answered my question about whether he wants to come back in. And number three, he hasn't stated or demonstrated a willingness to conduct himself consistently with the decorum and respect inherent in the concepts of courts and judicial proceedings. I will give him one more opportunity so that it's abundantly clear on this record that I am honoring his right to be present, and I will unmute him. Sir, would you like to come back into this courtroom as you call your next witness?
Don't try to seem like you're trying to honor my right.
Okay, he is again not answering the question directly.
Don't try to put on
I'm going to mute him.
Don't try to act like we cool.
Noted before, this is a clear method now that Mr. Brooks is employing, that when I've done something that he disagrees with, that he just continues to argue with me and does not answer questions directly. So based upon his continued disruptive behavior, the fact that he will not answer my questions directly, I'll find that he's continuing to forfeit his right to be present in this courtroom. Clearly the audio and visual technology are working. He's been responding, although not appropriately. He is in that other courtroom. We can see him. He does have the headphones on, and I confirmed that he can see and hear as well based upon the court personnel that are in the other courtroom. So I'll make another finding.
So Annie, you said that you wish they would use his own logic or lack thereof against him. You can't argue. You can't argue logic with an illogical person because, like for some reason, with logical people and illogical, we can't coalesce. It's some things that we need, I need for, things in nature to be consistent. I need for it to rain. I need for the sky to be blue. I need for there to be gravity, the passage of time. I mean, it needs to make sense. And so when you have somebody who wants to interject and say, oh, the moon is made out of cheese, you can't have that conversation with them because they said that the moon is made out of cheese. They hear what they want to hear. You can't talk to them. So it's just like, you know what? You're too stupid for me to have any discourse with. Bye. Bye, fool. Bye. Can't talk to nobody. Retarded.
That his appearance from the other courtroom is the functional equivalent of him being present in this courtroom. Mr. Brooks, before I unmute you, I am going to advise you.
I heard you don't get any notification.
To call your next witness. And if I don't get a direct response out of you, I may ask it again. And if you fail to give me a direct response, then you will forfeit your right to call any other witnesses.
So she's saying, look, you dusty hoe, I'm trying to help you. Okay. I'm going to bend over backwards to make sure that can't nobody say nothing about nothing when you appeal. Nothing about nothing. Nothing.
So I'm going to unmute you. Actually, I need to bring the jury back out. But before I do that, I will unmute you first and ask you which witness you intend to call so we can at least have that person ready to go and outside the courtroom.
Oh, hold on. Carly, I saw Carly walking into the Hoover Municipal Court. And I don't know if you noticed with Carly's pictures, but she looks like a different person in each picture. You know, like it's some sort of witchcraft going on that, hey, Jay Jones, it's some witchcraft going on where she looks like, you know, this person on Monday, and then she's like a totally different person on Thursday. Like, who in the hell is this? I wouldn't be able to pick her up out of the lineup. But she went to court, and the judge, a very cool judge, I love Judge Bishop, gave her a year in jail, and also is making her pay, I think it's $18,000 in restitution, but they're going to appeal the jail sentence because they were saying that a year is excessive. So I'm not gonna see Miss Carly at no spas no time soon. She need to keep her behind in the house, keep her black ass there, and she need to go to school online and change her name. If her name is Carlicia, I can't remember what her name is, but she need to change that to Kaylin or Carrie Ann. Again, won't nobody know who she is because she looked like a different person every picture. So, where am I at here? No. Okay, I'm over here. Okay.
Who will be your next witness?
I like looking
I'm
consistent.
not calling no witness if I gotta be in this other courtroom.
Would you like to come back into this courtroom, sir?
Why was I ever removed?
I've made a record of that, sir.
I have to answer everything though. Everything you ask me, you expect me to answer, but then when I ask you questions, you never have to answer anything. I just put on the record that 2 of your bailiffs just made gestures. When I'm looking at them off the reflection of the screen, they're making gestures behind my head that make me feel uncomfortable.
So it wasn't the TV, Christine. It was the computer screen. He saw gestures. Hey, what's your Karen Wood? It was the computer screen. He saw the folks behind him somewhere that wasn't behind him. There's a computer screen.
Just brought that up on the record. You didn't even address that.
Mr. Brooks, I didn't address it because frankly, you keep interrupting me
and no one
I have to deal with the interruptions and make a record regarding that. So I just saw the captain walk over. I will let security personnel, Captain Dussault, look into that. And if appropriate, he can bring that conduct to my attention. I'd also remind the defendant that at any time you can also ask to be brought over through the bailiffs who are in that courtroom.
Look, and Jesse is another one. He needs to be permanently perma-canceled. I mean, for you to come up with this whole story about some MAGA Trump supporters came and singled you out of everybody at the gas station, but had nobody seen nobody do nothing. Like, don't you already have enough issues as it is that you want to go and you want to play drama queen? Just stupid.
So to be abundantly fair to you, I will ask one more time. Would you like to come back over to this courtroom?
I should have never been removed.
You're not answering my question, sir.
You haven't answered my question.
The court's not going to answer questions directed at the court by the defendant because they're not relevant or probative at this time.
Definitely.
And they're a delay and disruptive tactic.
They're
Mr.
not
Brooks.
a delay and disruptive tactic. Is that a judicial determination that you're making?
I'm going to mute you because we're going off.
Because you're a public servant, Your
determinations.
Honor.
Every decision I make, sir, is by definition a judicial determination. It is on the record. If there is a conviction,
and she's a
you can
judge.
raise whatever issues you want on appeal if you are convicted. But we don't need to have this back and forth every time to further make the record when the record speaks for itself. You were given plenty of opportunities throughout this trial to make offers of proof, to state your legal reasoning for either an objection,
He don't have
or
one.
for a question that's being asked,
He don't
or
have
for
none.
a whole host of other things.
Now.
But right now, you're not doing anything legally relevant. You're being disruptive. I would like you to be present. That is always what I want during this case. It certainly, I think, is important, but you can forfeit your right to be present by your conduct, which you have done repeatedly throughout this case. I will advise you that if you are in that courtroom, because I have put you there and you have not reclaimed the right to be present by number one, asking, and then expressing a willingness to conduct yourself consistently with the decorum and respect inherent in the concepts of courts and judicial proceedings, you will remain over there.
Forever.
And it looks like he took his headphones off, so I would.
He took them headphones off to
Mr.
try and
Brooks, I'm
contact
advising
Marcus.
you that if you fail to call a witness,
And
you
carry
will
on.
forfeit your right to present any additional witnesses. And I'm doing this outside the presence of the jury right now for a reason. I need to know from you right now, you are unmuted. Who is your next witness?
She trying to say something to me?
Look at her.
What you trying to say?
She looks so annoyed.
That was very disrespectful, sir. You chose to take off your headphones. You
Yeah,
choose
because
to
I'm
read.
muted. I'm muted.
Oh.
So why am I gonna have my headphones on and I'm muted?
Well, I would think your headphones help you hear. The
They
muting
do.
is so that
They
I don't
do.
have to hear the disruptions.
Okay, well then why should I need to hear what
So
you
let
saying?
me be clear, sir. And you
don't
are
gotta
not.
be clear or nothing. I don't gotta listen to you.
I will ask you one last time, sir. Who is your next witness?
Woo, child.
First of all, is she talking to me
He-
again?
This
We gotta keep doing this little
She
challenge.
looks so exasperated. She
I
like,
gotta
Jesus,
sit up here
give me
and I'm
straight.
supposed to abide by every single rule, but don't nobody else gotta do that.
the record should
Judicial misconduct.
reflect that Mr. Brooks
Repeatedly.
is spouting off, making
I think
unsubstantiated
the record can hear me. I think
allegations
they can hear me.
against this court,
Unless I'm
directly
muted.
attacking the integrity of this court and these proceedings, while yet
This court ain't got no
refusing
integrity.
to answer
This court don't have
simple
no
questions.
Did y'all hear that? He almost cursed. He almost cursed. But you know he don't curse though. But he almost cursed.
This court,
Unless I'm
directly
muted.
attacking the integrity of this court and these proceedings, while yet
This court ain't got no
refusing
integrity.
to answer
This court don't have
simple
no
questions.
See him call
Mr.
himself?
Brooks, you
That's
are,
not my name. I told you I don't consent to being called that name.
sir, you are hereby advised this is the last time I will ask this question,
Don't talk
or
to me
you
like
will
that.
forfeit your right to
You
present
can't do that.
any
Show me what-
additional
show me
witnesses,
where that's law.
because
Show
you
me
are
where
not
that's law.
cooperating with this process.
Show me that it's law. That's all I'm asking. Show me that it's lawful law.
Mr. Brooks,
How can I forfeit not being able to have a defense? Are you kidding me?
all I'm asking is that you conduct yourself with dignity, with decorum, and with respect. I will
Okay.
gladly bring you back into this courtroom so you can present your additional witnesses.
You're
But
right.
you need to ask me to come back into this courtroom.
With all due respect,
With all due respect, I have 90 viewers and 46 likes. Can you please get my likes up? Please and thank you. Look at them nails. Look.
I'm tired of having this back and forth with you every day.
Look at
It's
this.
not my intention to come in here and have these interactions with you every day. It's not. Regardless to what you may think, regardless to how you may feel, that is not my intention. Okay? I simply do what I do because I do not have the understanding.
We know. We know.
So if I don't understand something, I'm going to ask a question. I apologize if it makes you feel that I'm intentionally trying to delay the proceedings. If I'm intentionally trying to be disruptive, because that's not the case.
So I apologize if you feel that's one of those very disingenuous, fake non-apologies where, I apologize if, I made you feel some type of way, when I said that you were, morbidly obese and ugly. I apologize if you felt some type of way when I said that, a monkey can do your job. And you feel some type of way. I apologize that you felt, not that I apologize for what I said, but that you felt some type of way.
Because that's not the case. And I feel very disrespected every time the record is.
Yes, the echo Remember, it's on with the original trial because she has Zoom and they're streaming it. So you'll get this echo anytime that she has him in the other courtroom and on Zoom.
Made, making it seem like that's what I'm attempting to do.
That's what you're doing.
So of course it's gonna frustrate. Of course it's gonna make me a little bit upset.
Who cares?
And I just want you to understand that. It seems to me the way I'm interpreting what you're doing,
Come on.
which is it is your courtroom. That's not it. It's not a dispute. It's not up for debate.
Oh, it's not.
You control what's going on in there. That's not a dispute. But the way I'm interpreting what you're doing is that I'm being held in contempt. That's how I'm interpreting. Because one of the three things that's cited
Listen.
in the Illinois versus Allen, one of them is being gagged.
Gagged.
I haven't been gagged.
You should have been.
One of them is held
Held in contempt. What's the third one?
What's the third, Mr. Brooks? What's the third?
What's the third?
The third is removed from the courtroom while the trial continues, right? That's the third, right?
And that's what's been done.
Okay.
Okay.
So now,
Where
does it say after that having me on a headset or being able to see and hear and all this and this, how is that not prejudicing my defense?
Sir, you can raise that issue on appeal. You can
This is
raise
why I
that
say that.
issue on appeal if you are
This is why I say
convicted.
that. This is why I say that though, because I can't even see. The only thing I can see right now when I'm looking at the TV is you and the prosecution table. I can't see anything else.
I understand that, sir. I'm fully aware of that.
So I'm not fully aware of what's going on in the courtroom. Don't I deserve that right to be able to see and hear everything that's going on?
If you can conduct yourself
Watch his
consistently
ass should
with
have
the
been
decorum and
before.
respect inherent in the concepts of courts and judicial proceedings, the answer then is yes. So I'm not going to have a debate with you
Oh my
about the law.
gosh. I think that he dropped out in ninth grade, and I think that's about where his mental development stopped, was around the ninth grade. His emotional development stopped about ninth grade. I think this was like, this is about 14.
I will ask you again, would you like to come back into this courtroom?
Are you going to kick me out?
Sir, I'm asking the questions right now. Would you like to come back into this courtroom? Yes or no?
Are you going to kick me out?
Sir, it's a yes or no question. Would you like to come back into this?
My answer was based on the reason why I'm answering like that is because the moment I say something, it's going to get me put out. I don't want to keep hauling this stuff back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Well, you're not actually hauling it though.
It makes essentially it wastes time, really.
Oh,
I'm well aware of that, sir.
because that's not what you
That
wanted
it
to do.
delays the proceedings.
But
Yep. That's the look on her face.
Wastes time, really.
I'm well aware of that, sir. That it delays the proceedings.
Look at her face. Just like, yeah, bitch, I know. That's what you're doing. You're delaying the proceedings. Yeah, I know that. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, but then it's laid at my feet as if that's my attempt. You think I want to be over here?
Sir, I don't know what you want or don't want at this time. I know that we need to complete this trial and that you have frustrated today more than ever before the ability of this court to do that.
She wants some chocolate so bad right now.
But I'm frustrated too. And nobody seems to take that into account. I'm just as frustrated as everybody.
Oh, you're frustrated as everybody. So you're just as frustrated as Lee Owen's son and the other guy that said that you deserve contempt and death. You're just as frustrated as them. You're just as frustrated as Tucker, little Tucker's parents. You're that frustrated? Or Officer Hallmark when he tried to kill his kids, or the other parents, the mother whose daughter was just like Cindy Lou Who. What about Her frustration. Oh, what about the Mexican guy that you ran over and broke his leg? He not frustrated. We gotta don't take them into consideration. We take you, the killer, into consideration. Got it.
Probably more.
Then I suggest that you conform your conduct to the requirements
There
of
is no
courtesy and
conduct,
decorum
Your
so
Honor.
that you don't run the risk of forfeiting your right to be present. But
There
that
is
falls
no-
on you and you alone, sir.
There is no conduct. I don't understand what you mean by that. I really don't.
Mr. Brooks, you may not understand it. I don't think that's accurate. I
It is
think
not?
you know exactly what you're doing.
Lord, I'm cold.
If that's what you think, that's fine. I can't
And
argue with
you have
about your
demonstrated
opinion.
throughout this case that you pay attention to witnesses' testimony, that you make cogent and coherent objections at times, that
She should throw in there at times, because you know he don't make cogent and intelligent objections that often. He got a little dartboard in his mind, and he just picks one. He just throws a little dart. Objection, relevancy, objection, hearsay, objection. They've already testified to that. Just mix up this all type of stuff.
that you have even had evidence suppressed in this case.
Can I
or
get my lights
stricken.
up, please, and
That's
thank
the word I
you?
used during this case. You made an opening statement. You communicate with witnesses. So
Your
you
Honor,
clearly
it's
read,
not
write,
fair.
and understand English. That's not an
It's
issue
not-
here, sir.
It's not fair
Are
to
you
say-
self-represented? Absolutely. Does that present difficulties and disadvantages? Absolutely. But that takes me back to when you waived your right to counsel. And you did so knowingly, freely, voluntarily, and with a full understanding of the disadvantages and advantages of doing so, meaning advantages of having an attorney, the disadvantages of doing it on your own. And you made a deliberate decision to
Your Honor, that's
represent
not fair.
yourself. And that comes at a risk to you of, yes, at times not fully understanding the
Look
law,
at him shaking his head. Look,
the rules of evidence,
you having a
the
seizure?
rules
What?
of procedure.
What's happening?
But you
That's
do
not
so
fair.
at your peril.
That's not fair to state, Your Honor, because
So I'm going to do the
paperwork-
following. Since I'm not really getting anywhere, I'm going to mute you for the moment. I'm not getting anywhere with him. I would like him to be brought over. And he has a choice to make. He can come back over or he doesn't. Either way, he's going to be asked to call a witness in front of the jury.
In front of the jury.
I will ask him 3 times if he fails to give me a direct answer. And after the 3rd time, I will make the appropriate finding, but I will do that outside the presence of the jury. But we are going to continue. So we'll go off the record and he will come back over here. Thank you. We are in recess until that happens.
I mean, just to say something and then get kicked out.
Well, then maybe you just shut the fuck up then.
I don't know what to tell her then. So, no, because I'm gonna end up having to come back over here and I'll get tired of hauling all this stuff over here, over there, over here, over there.
Oh, now you care about what the comfort of other people. All right, y'all. Let's come on back. Look at this fool.
Non-responsive answer is a tacit agreement, Your Honor.
Jury's coming out.
Look at his nails. Oh, they got my boys right here. They go Lee's son and the we deserve contempt and death. He right there in my peripherals. Come on, y'all. I got 110 watching, 61 likes. Can y'all please get my likes up so I can stay in the algorithm? Hitting the like button is free. Oh, now we're in the press.
The defense may call its next witness.
Who's here?
Bertram, Hayes, Aldridge, and Lescano are present and ready, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What was the last two?
Aldridge and Lescano.
Dude, come on. Dude,
Go with
come on.
Deanna Aldridge.
Deanna Aldridge? All right, very well.
All right, we're in that fort. We're in the box fort. And the book that you don't need open is open. Yeah. The book you don't need is open. He is so unattractive. Oh, I'm sorry. He's unaesthetically pleasing. He's aesthetically disappointing. Very disappointing. Oh, he didn't roll in the notebook. Look at him rolling his eyes. This is in front of the jury. Look at him. Look, you saw how you stared down them folks? Look at him. Arrogant. Looking at the prosecution. Look at him. So you would think, look, you got this lull in time. Why aren't you writing no shit down? Why you not writing no quick? Why you not reading your police report? All this dead time. Look. Oh no. God dog it. Miracle. Okay, fabulous. Sorry, y'all.
To my right, it is up one riser.
Hold on.
When you get there.
This is Bertram. I'm trying to get to Aldridge. Oh, there she go. All right, here we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm going through some things. Yeah, all the people he called were pointless. He should have called nobody. He really should have taken the deal. He should have said whatever Opera the Chopper tell me to do. 6 life sentences, and it takes all the other stuff off the table. Okay, I'll do Opera the Chopper. And I can probably guarantee that his attorneys told him this, and that's one of the reasons why he wanted to fire him. He didn't want to hear that. I mean, as he's sitting there, we're not working. We're not thinking of what you need to elicit
Ms.
from
Aldridge,
her.
if you would please make your way to the witness stand. It is up by me. It's up a riser. When you get all the way to the witness stand, please remain standing. Raise your right hand, and
bring
my
him over
clerk
here.
Teresa, who's on my left, will
So everybody can see Paisley.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Come up and have a seat. The first thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and then spell each.
Okay. Deanna Aldridge. Deanna. Last name is Abel.
Hold on, let me pause real quick.
Dric.
Here's my little co-host. Oh, thank you. Here's my little co-host, Paisley. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I don't have on my shirt because I'm dirty and I need a bath. But I'll have on my shirt next week. I'm gonna have on my little, either my jack-o'-lantern or my skull shirt next week. Oh, why can't you ever sit still? All right, bye.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir, your witness.
Good afternoon, Miss Aldridge.
Hey, Nancy.
Direct your attention. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit.
Back that ass up.
What do you currently do for a living?
So as you see, this posture that he has, this is what in his mind in the Fisher-Price law kit, my first trial set. This is how lawyers stand when they are questioning someone. They stand like this. You know, they have their hands in and they put their hand behind their back. You know, that's how intelligent people present themselves, like that.
I'm retired.
That's always pretty good.
Yeah, too bad you'll never know. You'll never ever be retired.
Direct your attention to the evening of November
The booty
21
cheeks be
of
retired.
2021. Do you recall that evening pretty good?
Yes.
Where were you staying at the time?
I live on Maple Avenue.
Black law, attorney at law.
And during that evening, did you hear anything unusual?
I did.
And do you recall what that was?
Look at him.
I heard a large thumping noise in my neighbor's yard, and when I came out to my porch, I saw a red SUV.
Back up a little bit to the thumping noise.
Back that ass up. Look at those nails.
Can you describe that thumping noise? Would it just be a thumping? Did it sound like a crash or
No, she said a thumping.
anything of that nature?
I believe it was like the engine dropping kind of noise.
Okay.
And you stated you looked out your patio and saw a red SUV.
I did.
Do you recall how that SUV looked at that time?
It was smashed to smithereens.
How is this helping him?
Do you recall if the red SUV was still running at the time that you observed it?
Yes.
And at some point, did it cut off?
Yes.
And what did you see from that point?
Before I seen it shut off, I seen it go forward in the driveway and then back up like 3 feet. And then someone got out of the car and ran around the bushes to the front of my building.
And who's the someone that you are referring to?
At that time, I didn't have my glasses on, so I could not see clearly.
Look, you see how thick these babies are. Them some bifocals right there. She got some progressive lenses. If she took her glasses off and like had the light go through it, she's gonna set some ants or some grass or something on fire. That's how thick them shits are. So yeah, she didn't. My husband, he's blind like that. I make fun of him sometimes. He have his contacts out, and I'll stand up to him and I'm like, "Can you see me now? Can you see me? Do you see me? Because you're blind." Anyway. But this didn't help him.
What do you recall?
As far as
Description
what?
wise, yeah.
Dark hair, possibly white or purple or whatever color shirt, and dark pants.
You had a gray hoodie
Do you
on.
recall a height?
I think he was probably
An
anywhere
elf.
5'6" and 6 foot. I really couldn't tell because of the angle.
Any 5'5"?
So I'm assuming then your patio is kind of on a upward base type of angle that you would have kind of been looking
I was
Sort of
looking
down?
down, yes.
Oh, this sort of down? Okay. Oh, Lord, you trying to look smart.
And the individual you stated ran in what direction at the time that you were observing?
My porch is here, and he ran from the driveway here around to the front of my building.
Did you see where the individual went from that point, or could you not see because of where you were positioned on the patio?
He stopped to, if you were looking at the building, he stopped to the right.
Wait a minute.
The
Hold
building in
on.
front.
And
Christine, you said he 5'4". Is he really 5'4"? If he is really 5'4", that is sad because I'm 5'3". He is not no freaking 5'4". He got to be at least 5'5" or 5'6". He can't be 5'4". If he, oh no, it's being confirmed. You found God dog. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, more people confirming. Oh, hell. You 5'4"? Oh, man. What a little baby. He is not no 5'4". Stop it. I knew he was okay. I mean, I knew he had little man syndrome, but I mean, I'm short. Wow. And how tall is Erica? Because Erica's smaller than him. So I guess Erica will probably be in the 5'3" range, between 5 even and 5'3". I'm good, Tina. How are you? Definitely it's a Napoleon complex. Definitely. All day long, Amanda. Let me highlight that one. He is little baby dick energy all day long. Yeah, he gonna be somebody's girlfriend. I mean, there's no way that he gonna survive being 5'4". Yeah, Erica's little. So yeah, I would say she's between 5 even. I don't know if she's in the 4s. She that small, but I mean she's little. 5'4". Lord, Lord, Lord.
The building front, is that a street?
Yes.
Boy.
Not all the way to the street, though.
My first attorney.
Yard on the grass.
Did you at any time observe this individual jump over the hood?
I was running in and out of my house.
Could you
so
reach?
I
Could you?
did not.
Could you jump over the hood?
Because I was trying to find my glasses as I was running in and out.
Yeah, she's trying to find binoculars.
So is it fair to say you was trying to locate your glasses so you can get a better look at what you were observing?
Yes.
That's kind of why you wear glasses, to get a better look at what you're observing.
Do you recall if the SUV had any tinted windows?
I do not recall.
Why would you call her? Look at him. Look at him.
Do you recall what time of the evening you heard the loud thumping and then observed the SUV?
I do not recall.
And before that evening, had you ever noticed that SUV before that evening?
No.
You're from Milwaukee. How would she know that particular SUV? I know she's seen a Ford Escape, though.
Your neighbors to inquire who the SUV may have belonged to?
No, there was people coming outside from the building that the driveway was, and they were going to walk up to the vehicle, but they did not because I yelled to them and said, don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of would be fair to say that kind of startled them and stopped them in their tracks?
Yeah.
I mean, Finding the
recall
murder
how many
weapon,
people
yeah.
there were?
Maybe 10.
Because they was looking for you. They was looking for your ass. They're looking for you.
And at some point, did law enforcement come to your home and interview you about what you observed that evening?
Yes.
And do you know if they?
I am so cold.
Well, I'm assuming they took a report. Would that be fair to say?
They came up to my apartment and asked me some questions.
Aren't you reading the report? Aren't you reading it? Yes, it would be fair to say you're looking at it. See, that's what I would have said. Like, isn't that what you're reading, sir? My report? That's what you're reading, sir. Yeah, you're right, Glenn. It's a rare 2010 Ford Escape imported from Dubai. Absolutely. Yes, it is. It's so cutting edge. It's so cutting edge. We have never seen a Ford Escape like this. Had the suicide doors and it had all kind of the crazy paint, and it's iridescent and it changes colors when you drive down the street. It's got lights and it plays what the business is. And it's the meth mobile, the meth boy fly mobile. You know he's on meth.
Do you recall if they were writing it down?
Hey, Tony.
Recording it.
Writing it down.
She's like, why has he got me up here? Look at it like this fool called me up here. Like, even I don't understand what the hell he doing. She's like, come on, just will you come the fuck on?
If you recall, did you ever learn what the loud noises were that you heard before seeing the SUV?
No.
She's like, Lord, I want to jump over this table and choke him.
And the street that you observed the individual running toward, do you recall what street that would have been?
Does it
based on
matter?
the direction?
Arlington Avenue.
So are you trying to say you were going the other direction?
Be right directly in front of that building.
So it wasn't. Because you know that's a borrowed jail outfit.
See the individual run towards Maple Street?
He ran towards Maple Street and came around the bushes directly to the right of my patio, being up high.
Mm-hmm. So you were slithering around the neighborhood. That's what she said. You was trying to escape.
But that general direction would have been.
Look, y'all hear this?
What street did you say?
Arlington.
He don't help himself at all. I'm gonna rewind it back just a second.
Vehicle, but they did not, because I yelled to them and said, "Don't."
That's fine. We'll start again. But listen to this.
So that kind of would be fair to say that kind of startled them and stopped them in their tracks.
Yeah.
Do you recall how many people there were?
Maybe 10.
And at some point, did law enforcement come to your home and interview you about what you observed that evening?
Yes.
And do you know if they? Well, I'm assuming they took a report. Would that be fair to say?
You're reading it.
They
I'm sorry, y'all.
came to
I'm
my
screaming. My
apartment
bad.
And asked me some questions.
Do you recall if they were writing it down or recording it?
Writing it down.
We're gonna play that's Bertram. We're gonna play Bertram tonight. It's like he got his ugly black ass nerve calling me up here.
Did you ever learn what the loud noises were that you heard before seeing the SUV?
No.
Hey, Bob Kitten. Welcome to everybody who's entered the chat that I haven't individually spoke to. Sometimes I look at the chat and sometimes I don't.
And the street that you observed the individual running toward, do you recall what street that would have been based on the direction?
Arlington Avenue would be right directly in front of.
Now listen, he's been telling himself. It's like I can't believe this bitch got me up here.
See the individual run towards Maple Street?
He ran towards Maple Street and came around the bushes directly to the right of my patio, being up high.
So he has put him going through people's yards, going through, sneaking through the back. He did put himself into that. He just keeps putting himself at the crime scene. Oh. Just keep putting yourself on
the general direction would have been
crime scene.
Which street did you say?
Arlington.
I apologize.
Ooh, he is playing the role of lead counsel. Yeah, he's Tom Cruise in what was that movie? The Pelican Brief. What's the Pelican Brief? Well, y'all know one of the lawyers, LA Law, somebody. He one of them. He one of the LA Law business people from TV. Oh, I got one. Come on.
Were you aware that there was a parade going on that evening?
Yes.
Did you attend?
No.
Why'd you even mention the parade, sir? You're trying to talk about the car. With all the damage after the parade. The parade.
After you spoke with the law enforcement officers that evening, did any more law enforcement officers come back and interview you at any time after that evening?
They did not interview me that evening. They came early the next day on the 22nd.
Oh, I'm sorry. After the 22nd, did any other law enforcement come back out to interview?
No.
I don't know if she's got the shakes or if she's just nervous. I think she's more angry. She's mad. She's just like, what the fuck am I doing up here to testify on his behalf?
Do you recall the name of the officer that interviewed you?
No.
Officer Shackles. Yeah, I think that she's angry and she's irritated. You know, for her to keep exhaling like that, I think she's uncomfortable. That's definitely anger.
No further questions at this time.
Thank you. Any cross?
No cross, Your Honor. Thank you.
You are excused.
So this expression on his face, I find interesting.
Defense may call his next witness.
See, he dragged us on because these witnesses shouldn't have gone as quick as they did. It should have been drug out another day at least.
Just 1 second, Your Honor.
Look at him moving his head while you read. I can't get over that. As a 40-year-old man, you move your head when you read. Back and forth, back and forth.
The defense calls Christopher Bertram.
All right, thank you.
You know how in the Terminator and movies where stuff is a robot and the robot will get something and they'll read it like that, or they'll just look at it and they'll look at it and they'll just move the page. Okay, I don't know where he's getting this head-eye coordination movement thing. I don't know. I was trying to give him a couple extra IQ points, but it didn't work. Looking at the time, okay, like I'm gonna get this bitch pulled out for another hour. He the dude in school that he hadn't studied or did nothing,
State heard that.
and just came to class
Thank you.
on the day of the final.
I didn't want to assume. So thank you for.
Yes.
This is the day of the final.
Looks like this one's a lot closer than before, so that's good. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Bertram. If you would please make your
Ooh,
way to
his
the
breath
witness
stink.
stand, which is off to my right. It is up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, who's on my left and across from you, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a seat, please.
That's a very tight
What
sweater
I'll ask you to do is to state your first and last names for
he
the
got
record.
on.
My first name is Christopher and my last name is Bertram.
Could you spell those, please?
CHRISTOPHER BERTRAM.
Thank you. As long as you sit close to the table, you will not have to lean in. Go ahead, sir, your witness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, your witness.
Oh, there we go. Back in lawyer pose.
First of all, good afternoon. What do you currently do for a living?
I do electrical work.
Ooh, he don't like you. He don't like you.
Directing your attention to the evening of November 21st, 2021. Do you recall that evening pretty well?
Not very.
Do you recall what you were doing that evening?
Yes.
And what were you doing that evening?
Taking my mother's car to our mechanic friend.
Were you aware of a parade going on that evening?
No.
One thing I want to point out is that he's actually, in a very weird way, actually asking questions to elicit a yes or no response. That's called a cross-examination. So he's directing but crossing his witness by the questions that he's asking. And dude is not coming up and he's not going to give any extra information. It's going to be yes, no. You're going to ask me specifically for me to give you a response because I'm not helping you. Make sure y'all smashing that like button. I should have at least 90 likes.
Around what time were you taking your mom's car to be inspected?
I don't recall.
Uh-oh.
Do you recall seeing anything that caught your attention that evening?
Yes.
Can you state what that was?
A smashed up red car.
And do you recall where you saw that at?
I believe it is Prospect Court Street.
Come on.
And at the time you observed this smashed up car, as you say, did you see anyone driving it?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And were you able to make a description?
A subscription. Yes.
Description of who was driving it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
And what do you recall?
I don't recall what I said.
You don't recall what you said or saw?
I don't recall what I exactly said when I gave my statement.
Do you recall what you saw?
No.
You made reference to giving a statement. I'm assuming that would be to law enforcement. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And did they write down? Well, let me back up. How was that interview conducted? Was that an in-person interview over the phone or?
In person.
And do you recall if the law enforcement officer was writing down what you were telling them or recording?
I don't recall.
Who cares? Like, are you trying to say that they hid something that doesn't, the notes and the tape recordings aren't the same? And where are you going with that? Psychic. Oh, I love that. No, he did not.
Did you observe the vehicle stop at any point in time?
No.
So it was pretty much you just saw it just kind of just rolling past.
Yes.
Right,
Did
you were
notice
rolling
if the
past.
vehicle had any tints?
Tints.
Any what?
Tints, like tinted windows?
No.
Yeah, you got them bulletproof windows, bulletproof tinted windows. Why am I so cold? At first, I thought that was a lesbian because I thought that's the lesbian haircut. You know, the ones that people like Ellen and them wear. That's the lesbian haircut. So I thought it was a girl at first, but then I was like, oh, okay, this is a guy. He's a very pretty guy.
Do you recall in your interview with law enforcement? Well, let me back up a little bit. Was your interview with law enforcement the same evening that you saw this vehicle or sometime after?
The same evening.
Oh, I haven't seen Metrosexual in a while, but yeah,
the interview that evening that you observed the driver as a black male with short hair and a short beard?
I don't recall exactly what I said.
He knew it was your black ass, though.
Do you recall stating at any time during that interview that evening that you believe you saw the operator of the vehicle reach down and grab something as they were driving past?
Yes.
Did you ever see them?
What?
Did you ever see what you believe was being grabbed?
No.
How the heck would he know? He said that he saw the dude reach down to grab something. Can y'all see what I'm reaching down for? I'm reaching down. Can y'all see what I'm reaching for? Huh? What am I reaching for? Dude, it's crazy. Y'all make sure y'all smashing my like button. Y'all don't make me big. Don't make me big.
And what did you think at that moment that you saw the operator of this vehicle reach down?
I was unsure.
Yes, I love Leon
Do you
Adam.
recall in your interview with law enforcement that evening stating that you thought it was possibly a gun?
Yes.
And where did you observe the vehicle go after it had passed you?
I turned away after it passed me.
He wasn't even that concerned. He said, fuck you, and turned around.
Do you recall what the operator of the vehicle was wearing at the time that it passed you?
I do not remember.
Did you know it was your black ass?
Do you recall during your interview with law enforcement that evening stating that you thought the operator was wearing a black sweater or jacket as it drove past you?
If that is what is written.
There you go.
Do you recall saying that?
No.
We know it was your black ass. Oh boy.
And do you recall where your interview with law enforcement that evening took place?
Yes.
And where did it take place?
My house.
Did you see me go in the house?
And was anyone present with you during your interview with law enforcement that evening?
Yes.
And who was that?
My mother.
Oh. A parent being there for his child. A child. Groundbreaking.
And do you recall what agency your interview was conducted by?
Yes.
And would you stay for the jury and the record?
The FBI.
The jury and the record. This is amazing. This is going to always be amazing.
Do you recall stating in your interview that evening with law enforcement that you heard a lot of gunshots?
Yes.
And do you recall I think that's a little bit unfair to say.
It's probably stupid.
If you had to estimate,
come on,
where do you think those gunshots were coming from, like vicinity-wise?
Vicinity.
It sounded from downtown.
Vicinity.
When you say a lot of shots, what would you describe as a lot of shots?
Like a full magazine.
But I don't understand where he's going with this. I've never understood. See, he was able to stand on his feet for like 2 hours. I guess he was practicing because, you know, when he go to the big house, he got to be on his knees for some hours. He'll be on his knees.
Do you recall seeing the vehicle that you observed crash into anything?
No.
After you crash the people. Ayo, you are a mess.
Do you recall stating in your interview with law enforcement that evening that the vehicle appeared to slow down while traveling down Prospect Court?
Yes.
Because your engine was going bad because you ran over people in the vehicle. That raggedy car. Come on, bruh.
At some time after observing this vehicle, did you call 911?
Yes.
Someone please call 911.
Do you recall around what time you called 911?
No.
I mean, is he supposed to be trying to establish a timeline or something?
Do you recall shortly after seeing this vehicle
Hey, lady, Miss J.
texting anyone?
Yes.
Do you recall who that was?
My girlfriend.
And what did you tell her?
I don't remember.
Do you recall telling her there's a shooting?
Possibly.
Hey, Sierra. Yeah, they do have a very firm period. No, if that's what's written.
Did you see anyone else in the vehicle?
No.
Uh-oh. Trying to blame Erica and Marcus and Stephanie and Terrion. You know, they was all in the car too.
You do recall seeing the operator wearing a black sweater?
I don't remember.
He remembered Joe Black ass. Oh, thank you, Susan.
Did you observe at any time that evening seeing someone run from the vehicle?
No.
Oh. They go to yawn. He's like, this is light work. Oh, thank you, Sierra. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you recall why you would have gave a description that evening when initially interviewed by law enforcement?
That's when
Because I saw the person in the car.
Duh! Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry.
And how did that person look?
I don't remember.
Like your black ass.
This answer may stand.
What was the answer?
He said, I don't recall, or I don't remember.
I wish he had
Further
to see
questions
you.
at this time?
Thank you. Any cross?
Nope.
Thank you, sir. You may step down and you are excused.
This when he was like, okay, y'all fucking with my time. I'm supposed to be having draw this along, and y'all messing this up.
Call your next witness.
And when we get to the next break, I have something to discuss outside of the presence of the jury that pleases the court.
If that pleases the
Do
court.
you want to do that now or after your next witness?
We can.
All right. I'll address a legal issue, and we'll bring the jury back in when we're ready. All rise for the jury, please.
And we're still not being respectful to the jury and giving them attention. We're doing whatever we're doing. Oh, and he's trying to listen. That's him being nosy, listening, ear hustling. The ear hustling. Somebody said in my comments that maybe he is ADHD, or obsessive compulsive, why he has to keep doing the papers.
Everyone can have a seat, and then we'll just wait for the door to close. Go ahead, Mr. Brooks.
Here we go.
I'm curious. Some of these, judging by the reports, how are some of these answers allowed to pass when coming straight from reports made by the people on the stand. Very curious.
I don't understand your question. I'm not sure what you're asking me.
What I'm asking is, reading from the report that the people on the stand are giving, the report that they gave to law enforcement.
If you're asking me whether there's a mechanism in the rules of evidence and how to establish that before the jury, the answer to that is yes. If you're asking me how you do that, I'm not going to answer that.
I didn't ask how. I just, to be blunt, which I've been since the beginning of this trial, obviously. I see the whole strategy here by the prosecution.
Oh, look at the teeth! Oh.
Don't have any cross-examination.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna get to that nasty ass smile of his.
Reading from the report
that
the people on the stand are giving, the report that they gave to law enforcement.
If you're asking me whether there's a mechanism in the rules of evidence and how to establish that before the jury, the answer to that is yes. If you're asking me how you do that, I'm not going to answer that.
I didn't ask how. I just, to be blunt, which I've been since the beginning of this trial, obviously.
To your own detriment.
I see the whole strategy here by the
hold on.
prosecution.
There we go. Y'all see those teeth? How your teeth only this big? Paisley's his baby teeth were bigger than his teeth. And Paisley's teeth are whiter. Paisley's teeth are whiter. Look at this.
I see right through it. Don't have any cross-examination, mainly because you've already schooled the people getting on the stand on how to answer certain things.
Well, that is completely speculative on your part without any
obvious.
basis in law or fact.
It's obvious.
Sir, you could ask questions that establish that. You can ask them if they've met with anyone. You haven't done that. So for you to say that right now is without basis. If you want to...
It's clear.
If you
it's
are
clear.
going to elicit what they said in the report, there is a way under the rules of evidence based upon the way the witnesses have answered to clarify that. But that requires you to call certain witnesses. I'm not going to give you any more legal advice further than that.
I don't think I have to
So
call any other witnesses. That's
if you're asking me to strike their testimony
You're
based
an
on
idiot.
your
I didn't say
perceived,
anything
then that's
about that.
all right. Then I'm going to bring the jury back out. And you're going to call your next witness. So,
Bitch, you should have called Stephanie, Terrion, and Marcus to the stand. Why was there no Terrion, Marcus, and Stephanie on the stand? Why were they not on the witness list? Can somebody tell me why they went on the witness list? Stephanie, Magical Marcus, and Terrion. Why were they not on the witness list? And look at his nails. Like the unevenness of this. Like all this white part would need to be cut and go. I mean, like this makes me nervous. His nails, they oblong and off, it's misshapen. Everything is bad. And it's like his fingers don't have a good, length differential. It's almost like they're all the same size fingers. The only thing that's smaller is really the thumb and the baby finger. But they're like, I have my fingers, you see different sizes. But his look all like the same size. Like maybe the second finger, the index finger is a little bit longer, maybe because of his nail. I think all his nails, hands, fingers are the same size, but it's the nails that give it the extra length. It's the nails that give. So all his fingers are the same size. They're the same length, except for the baby and the thumb. But these three, they're the same length. I think I got it figured out.
I'm not hearing a request from you at this time. You said you wanted to raise a legal issue. What's the legal issue?
The legal issue is how is the state allowed to coach?
You're assuming they spoke to them and coached them.
It's obvious.
Obvious.
I'm not stupid.
That's debatable. Come on.
Coach.
You're assuming they spoke to them and coached them.
It's obvious. I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with
I
that, sir.
disagree
Again,
too,
you could
sir.
ask questions to lay a foundation
all of a sudden the
with
state
these
don't got.
witnesses.
All of a sudden, for the first time in trial, all of a sudden now they don't got no cross. That's clearly a rush to try to get through the case. Hurry up. We just gonna let these people go.
This is argument.
Come on, man.
This is argument on your part, sir. It is pure commentary
I just want
at this
that on
point.
the record. I see through.
Oh,
and your
nice
see-through,
but I see through.
Nice try,
absolutely no
bitches.
basis in
Yeah,
fact.
I know that's what's being done.
You could
Come on,
ask
man.
these questions. You could
Come on,
ask
man.
these
Got the right
witnesses
one.
certain questions, and
I'm
you're
far,
not.
far from an idiot.
They're your
You're
witnesses,
not that far.
sir. You believe.
So I'm gonna start asking every witness up here that they seem just to mysteriously now not have any cross for. Have they been coached to answer the way they answer? Because
Well, you can't
I
ask
find-
that, but
I
you can
find
ask
it
them if
very
they've
funny.
met with anyone ahead of
I
their
find it
testimony
very
here
funny.
today,
I find
which
it
you've
very
done
funny.
with other witnesses.
I find it very funny that these are their reports,
Mhm.
and now all of a sudden you can. Oh, I saw the person in the car. Oh, but
Mr. Brooks,
I
this
saw
is
them
an
reach
attempt
for
by
something.
you
Oh,
to
I don't.
delay these
I don't recall what they had on.
Mr. Brooks,
You can
there's no
recall seeing
purpose
somebody
for you
reach for
saying
something
this
and
right
don't
now.
know what they had on. I find that
All right,
very.
I'm having the jury brought out. I'm instructing you to
Come on,
avoid the commentary when the jury comes out, or you will
I didn't
forfeit
say-
your right to be
I didn't say
present.
nothing. You.
Pick up potential as to a witness by the name of Abel Lescano. He has prior criminal history.
Thank you.
So as long as the jury's out, we should probably discuss that. I would like to provide the defendant report.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That was how I said. You want to run the record back?
Mr. Brooks.
I'm the only one. I got one. I
Mr.
got one
Brooks.
ear that work, and I heard that.
This
Come on,
is to benefit
man.
you so
No,
that
it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me,
witness
so let's be
has
clear
a
about
prior
that.
record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom and I have to elevate my voice. This is the
So she had to
alleged
elevate
record
her
of
voice
Abel
just for that.
Lescano.
Stop talking.
Come on, man. Like, I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all fooling. I set the value into this document.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to
Opera
do.
light, please,
Do
God.
not interrupt Attorney Opera.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell,
I
can you
believe he
split?
has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997 and OWI 3rd from 1997.
Yeah, you can hear him breathe.
4th from 2000.
Woo, look at him.
Criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me.
Woo.
It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break.
It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. All right. All right. Oh, thank you. This mama loves. Wait a minute. Yep. Oh, this mama loves her babies. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's smashing that like button. And yes, this mama, we enjoy making fun of this food. So you know, all are welcome. And if you when you like my content and y'all are skipping the Flint counts to me is I'm telling you, you are cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself. I thought I had the play button. My bad. I'm all over the place. Hold on. Oh, well, maybe because my mouse not working. Come on, quit playing. Really? Let's try Old Faithful. Plug in mouse. Let's see how this works. Y'all, you Gen Ys, Gen Zs, y'all know nothing about, getting the mouse. Y'all know about the mouse with the little ball that used to be at the bottom. And you just heard, it sounded like every time you moved your mouse. All right. Oh, and you see, he's not reading. His head isn't moving. He's not reading. He's just standing there staring off into space. He's probably looking at like one word and just focusing on that one word. But he's not reading. His eyes not moving. His head not moving. He's not reading. I think that us Gen Xers are the most versatile generation because we grew up at the time when we didn't have any technology. There was no internet to today, and we had to adapt. So we can tell you about the old school cartridges, the joystick that had one orange button on it. And that was fun for us. Pong with the lines, the two lines, and then the little square, and you were trying to get the ball to bounce, and that was fun. Pong. And then when they got color in video games, it's like, oh, I can actually see Mario has on red suspenders. Oh, this is just amazing. Look at the graphics.
Before I'd like to continue by bringing the jury out momentarily, Madam Clerk, and having you call your next witness. I trust that you're ready to do that, sir.
You're trusting wrong. You're supposed to put your faith in the Lord.
Oh, we do. I knew I would left something in my office, but I reviewed it, so go ahead. What is the state's request then as it relates to the prior record?
We believe the proper answer would be 7 prior convictions, Your Honor, and that would not obviously be counting the OWI first conviction from 1990.
Lord, yes.
Because it's the age of that, and obviously that would not have been a crime.
I remember the huge computer with a little narrow keyboard.
There's also one that's noted 06CM2039.
Had that iMac.
Case, but all the charges were dismissed and read in, so we're not counting that file either.
That AOL on gateway computers.
Thank you. Just gonna have that brought back.
Y'all are young kids. Y'all ain't heard of no gateway, have you? Y'all ain't heard of no gateway computers, have you?
Remind me the statute again on priors.
90609.
Thank you.
if you're born in the 60 and born in 60, you are a boomer. Sorry about it.
And a copy of the record.
But
was
you're a young
provided to
boomer,
the
though.
defendant.
It was. It has not been discussed with Mr. Lescano.
That was going to be kind of my next topic once I look at this again.
Yeah, y'all are young boomers. Like, I'm a young Gen X. Most Gen X's are in their 50s. So I'm one of the younger Gen X's.
All right, Mr.
almost
Brooks,
could have
do
been
you
a
have
millennial.
position on the prior convictions for this witness. The state is asking for a determination by this court that there are 7 prior convictions for purposes of questioning the witness, whether that's by you or by them if they so choose. And that would be for a determination under 90609.
Oh, yes, I had a Walkman too. Yes. So before we get started, Abel Lescano has 7 convictions. This is his witness. So as being his witness, you wouldn't bring up his criminal activity as his witness. So you would think that I'm going to argue to have some of those older charges not count because it was so far back in time. And the judge even tries to help his dumbass with that.
I don't know what you're asking.
Mr. Brooks, you may recall at some point, I believe we had a discussion about prior convictions. I think maybe we only discussed that if you were to testify, we would have to have that conversation. So in fairness, I don't
No, there was one state's witness that had one prior that we discussed. In
That's
the court
right.
ruled.
We did. I recall now. So
Look at my
at that
Jason
point, I
Statham.
directed your attention to 90609. And then I made a ruling based upon the factors that are enumerated in that statute.
She's using big words,
Provided with
enumerated.
a listing of the record. I would direct your attention to, I'm not sure if I see that book out there, but the statute book that I previously provided to you.
Child by.
That the 90609 would be in there.
That's in the
In
fourth.
any event, the state is asking that I make a determination about how many for purposes of the questioning of this witness. Do you have any comment, statement, or position on that?
You should know what a rap sheet looks like, sir. You would know.
Looks like it's 9 on here.
Which is the one the state referenced?
So they're saying 7. He's saying 9. So you're trying to give your witness more crime. Huh? You stupid.
That the charges are listed, but they were dismissed.
2000, well, it's recorded as 06 CM 2039. 2 times violate harassment / restraining order, and then it says DM / RI, which means dismissed and read in. 2X MBJ, which would be 2 times misdemeanor bail jumping, dismissed and read in. So no convictions from that file.
So why is it on the sheet?
Why is it on the sheet?
This would be an accurate listing of the cases that you found when investigating the witness's background.
Yes, Your Honor.
And nothing since 2007.
That's correct.
All right. Any statement you want to make, sir, on what the number of convictions this court should consider under 90609?
Hey, y'all remember back with the Super Bowl back in the 90s? And it was always like XXIXVII. Just like that Super Bowl LVIIIX. And then y'all little came in here and XXI. Or in the movies, they would be at the bottom of the movies. And it'd be XXXIB.
No, it means it was when there was a conviction for something else, the charge was dismissed and read in, and then the court considered it at the time of sentencing. So they are not convictions, but it was a case. So that's why, my understanding why it was listed.
So the two.
My vinyl
So
album.
where it says dismissed and read in, that would be the restraining order and the MBJ.
Right, misdemeanor bail jumping. So 2 counts of violate harassment restraining order were dismissed and read in, along with 2 counts of misdemeanor bail jumping dismissed and read in. I'm guessing, but the state can confirm that it either was read into 06 CM 1859 or 06 CM 3149.
Yes, I believe it was the 1850.
Let me show you how psychotic I am. Let me take a quick pause. Let me tell you how much of a Prince fan I am. What screen am I on? Oh, okay, here we go. Look at this. Y'all remember Prince had cologne? So he had a cologne called 3121. So because it's still in this box. And then I have it usually facing, you know, like this, so I can see my baby's eyes. And this is in my Prince. So I got Funko Pops. So I got this one. No, let me see it. With that one. Then I got you know him with the cloud guitar, Raspberry Beret video. Even last year when Urban Decay had that Prince line of makeup. Oh, and then my coup de grace from the Prince estate. I usually wear this every Prince Day, the anniversary of his passing or his birthday. I usually will wear that. Anywho's, back to this fool. Look, you know, Madonna's on tour, and I don't know if she's primed to see, because she's looking kind of tired, but at least her face is looking more human.
59 case, Your Honor.
So at the time of the conviction for resisting obstructing, there was a misdemeanor bail jumping dismissed and read in, and then the other charges, all of which are listed under 06 CM 2039, dismissed and read in.
It's like, I don't know what none of this.
Should be 8. Should be 8.
The OWI first would not be criminal, as I understand it, and so I believe that's why it's not, the state did not ask that it be counted. Because the statute requires conviction of a crime or an adjudication of delinquency.
So there's no crime for OWI?
An OWI first would not be a crime, it would be a forfeiture.
Child. He's like, I don't know what none of this shit mean. I don't know what none of this stupid shit mean. Well, they use my past against me, so I should use it against him. It don't matter that he is supposed to be my witness.
I still would say 8, just based on the fact that there's continued OWIs.
Your own witness.
All the way up to a 5th.
That's a great legal analysis.
Remind the parties of the factors to consider for exclusion include the lapse of time since the conviction, or in this case convictions, the rehabilitation or pardon of the person convicted, the gravity of the crime, the involvement of dishonesty or false statement in the crime, the frequency of the convictions, and any other relevant factors. So based on that, do you have any argument that it should be less than that?
Less than what, 8?
Well, it'll be less than 7. He has 7 convictions as I count them.
Now watch her help him. She's like, this dumbass.
And that's not counting OWI first.
Correct, because it's not a crime, it can't be counted.
This is the longest thing he never looked
And
at.
it's 7. Should be 7.
All right. Do you want to make any argument about whether any should be excluded under the statute?
She helping you?
Based upon the factors I just read to you.
Well, you already made reference to one of them not being a crime. So that brings it to 8. I don't understand the whole...
Well, for example, the last conviction was in 2007. It's now 2022. So do you want to make an argument to the court that perhaps he's been rehabilitated?
Hey, shitbird, she's telling you, make that argument that he's been rehabilitated and this is too old. So we can knock off some of these crimes, dumbass. Not add more. She tried to help you keep your head completely out the noose, but you just stuck your head on in there. She tried so hard.
I don't want to speculate on the next man's life. But
Especially when his life is better than yours.
Well, I guess it brings it to 7. And whether OWI first is not a crime, it still counts as what it essentially is nowhere to get to 2, 3, 4, and 5 without the first.
See, this is what happens when you don't teach critical thinking in school. This is what happens. This is why things are messed up in the world, because of idiots like this who cannot think critically, who have no skills of any kind whatsoever, except being a giant herpes sore on the world. They're trying to help you. 7 to me.
All right, then. Anything further from the state on this?
Even basically like, well, she tried to help you.
Given the number of convictions, factually, although the first one's not a crime, the OWI first, Mr. Brooks is correct, is from 1993, and without that, you don't get the other criminal OWIs. But I would note the criminal record is from 1997 through 2007. That spans about a 10-year time span. It's now 2022, but there's essentially an agreement by the parties that there are 7 convictions that are listed here. I've looked at the lapse of time since the convictions. I don't know about rehabilitation or pardon.
She's giving you the
other than
answer.
It looks like
She gave you the answer,
she did
dude.
complete the earned release program, which would have resulted in a reduction of initial confinement and then converted to extended supervision. I don't see violations of probation listed, meaning that he was revoked. I see some extensions, but that could be for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, I see. I can see that, Vicky.
But given that there was a pattern with the OWIs, that the last one was a felony, that goes to the gravity of the crime. And the other issues, I'll find that for purposes of his testimony, that this witness has 7 convictions.
Yeah.
He may be asked, have you been convicted of a crime? His answer should be yes. And then the follow-up, how many times? The answer will be 7.
I wouldn't have asked this question.
That will have to be told to Mr. Lescano before he testifies, Your Honor, I believe.
I agree. State willing to relay that information.
I'd rather not, given the accusations levied by Mr. Brooks. I think it's better we do it in open court, Your Honor.
All right. Who's your next witness? Will it be Mr. Lescano? Because if it is, I'll just have him come in now and I can put him on the stand and advise him of that.
May I ask who's present right now?
How do you not know? The 3 people.
Sure, Mr. Hayes and Mr. Lescano, and I'm not sure the 330 witnesses, I think, are probably on their way.
Bobby Oz and
Right, so
And
Hayes and
Darrell.
Lescano are still here.
Yes.
All right. Those are the 2 who are here, sir. I'll tell you what, either way, let's just bring Mr. Lescano
Now,
in.
you should know that you're not going to call Lescano next.
Deal with the interruption with the jury.
Judge, you know better.
You don't have to call him first unless you want to, but I'll just bring him in and advise him. So if someone from victim witness could bring him in, please.
He was licking the windows on the short bus.
It's Abel, but I believe it's pronounced a different way. It's Abel.
Abel, it's not difficult, sweetie.
Abel.
Like, come
thank
on.
you, Abel.
Not hard.
Subject matter jurisdiction.
For the record,
Court declines to address that.
Still has yet to be verified and proven for the record.
Your objection's noted for the record.
what's wrong? Your breath making your head hurt. It's clogging your sinuses.
On the stand, or you're going to call Mr. Hayes first, just so I know what to do when he comes in.
Your breath clogging your sinuses, huh? Oh yeah, I know.
I don't currently I can't find paperwork from Mr. Hayes. Can a police report or something be provided in case I want to call Mr. Hayes first?
Yes, we will
Oh.
accommodate that request. It'll just take me a minute, Your
No,
Honor.
he don't feel well.
I'll have to have it printed and brought over, or Mr. Witchow can run. Thank you, Mr.
I will give you
Witchow.
permission to email it to Teresa, and she can print it in the courtroom.
Well,
That will assist.
It's part of a 700-page PDF, so I can't just email one page.
I see.
At least I don't know how to do that. Copy and paste it into a Word document.
That's all right. You can do it the way that you need to.
That's right. Copy paste your Word document. Or you can hit print and just select the page.
Lescano, I'm just going to have you for a moment take a seat. You're not going to testify just yet, but just come up and take a seat just at the end of my jury box for now. I'm not going to become.
Oh, he in pain, y'all.
Everyone can have a seat. I want to advise you that I'm aware you.
He breathing in them toxic fumes.
And so for purposes of testimony, I've made a determination that if asked,
Ooh. Lord.
Have you been convicted of a crime? Your answer
I
should
know,
be
baby, that was
yes.
bad.
And then if someone asks a follow-up, how many times? The answer to that is 7. Have you heard me say that? Yes. Do you understand that? Yes. All right, thank you. I'm not sure that you'll be called next, but I wanted to do that while I didn't have the jury here. You can go back out into the hallway then. Thank you.
He bigger than you. Probably was scared. He's like, I don't want to call him yet. He's like, he could kick my ass.
All right, then let's have the jury brought out.
I don't get that other dude. Yeah, I can't deal with him right now. I got to act in front of the jury. So I need to get the other dude in here. I'm going to call the white guy. He pretty fly for a white guy. Oh, yeah. He's in pain. Oh, he's in so much pain. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Oh, man. He just keep breathing in that mask, inhaling all those toxic fumes. Well, you know, Ashton, he tried it. He tried it. But wasn't none of us buying it.
All rise.
None of us was going. Look at him. You need to hurry and get back in your lawyer pose. You're looking like an inmate right now. All right, now we're back shuffling papers. We back attorney now. We turn it back into the attorney. Come on, let's get back into attorney now. Come on. I'm waiting on you.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. The defense may call its next witness.
Darrell teeth look like those little mini marshmallows, but it's a cinnamon one, so those are brown. That's what his teeth look like, little mini cinnamon marshmallows. That you put in some hot cocoa.
Jason Hayes. Jason.
All right. We'll have the witness brought in.
Oh, you're back in the fort. I thought you. Oh, look, y'all. Oh, the box. Boy, he loved to perform. Hold on, let me.
Is it Haynes or Hayes? All right. We'll have the witness brought in.
Let's look at his performance now. So he's looking diligently. Oh, it's the box over here. Oh, I gotta reach for it. Oh, it's a big, heavy box. Oh, Lord, it's so heavy. Oh boy. Oh, I'm going through some things right now, y'all.
Does anyone know?
No end to the best of my knowledge.
Hayes? All right. Good afternoon, sir. If you would please make your
I'm
way
just
to the
bombarded with all
witness
this
stand.
paper, Judge.
Upper riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, who's across from you, will swear you
Oh,
in.
thank you, Carrie.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, so many
Sir, please
documents
have a
to
seat.
not read.
The first thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Jason, Jason, Hayes, Hayes.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir. Your witness.
Why do we always need a 1 second? We always gotta have a second. Just one quick second. Just 1 second.
I accept for value and return for value this document for the record.
Oh, there you go. You're poisoning yourself again. You stop doing that,
Good
sir.
afternoon, Mr. Hayes. Is that how you pronounce Hayes?
Yep.
Hayes. That's another way to
What do you do
pronounce
for a
it.
living?
I'm a retail sales associate for a food broker, Damon Worldwide.
Been doing that for a long time?
21 years.
Oh, yeah, that's longer than your criminal record. 21 years.
The evening of November 21st, 2021.
Oh boy.
You recall that evening pretty well?
Fairly well, yes.
Yeah, I mean, who could forget you killing 6 people?
What were you doing that evening?
Went to the parade.
Uh-oh.
Did you go to the parade with family, friends?
I went there with my daughter.
Uh-oh. But you could have killed. That's what he's thinking.
Recall what time you arrived?
30 minutes before the parade started.
Were you scheduled to do any marching in the parade itself?
No.
Or just spectate?
Yes.
What? That's a he looking like, what is it?
Did you say yes to being a spectator?
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
what I thought he said.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure there was.
Yeah. He answered.
Be a spectator.
Anything unusual catch your eye that day that you recall?
Look, dumbass, you ran over parade goers and spectators. But most importantly, you killed the people who were in the parade. Were you marching or were you just spectating? You killed the marchers and the spectators.
Yes.
And what did you see?
Besides the parade?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You killing people?
That was unusual that caught your eye.
Yeah, you killing people.
Well, where we were, yes, a red truck came through where we were. It honked and swerved.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I guess I want to back up a little.
Back
Where
that
were you
ass
positioned
up.
At that
We were all the way at the beginning of the parade.
Okay.
Like it was Main and the corner of Main and White Rock.
Okay.
And you said you observed this vehicle.
The vehicle.
Honked and swerved.
Honked and swerved.
Where did it swerve from?
I'm sorry?
Where did it swerve from?
Where?
Or was it, I guess the correct question would be, why did it swerve?
I don't know. I wasn't driving.
Uh-oh.
Intentions were.
Oh, that wasn't the answer you was looking for, was it? You wanted him to say, because I was trying to avoid something, didn't you? Well, didn't you, bitch? Isn't that what you wanted him to say? He wasn't going to do it because he hates you.
And you stated that the vehicle honked. Was that just a single honk, or was it a beep, beep?
Beep, beep. Like the sound of your short bus. Beep, beep.
Do you recall stating that it honked several times?
I don't recall.
When you were initially...
I don't recall.
Uh-oh. You honked several times. Y'all opened up the jail.
So, well, before we get to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see where the vehicle went after it honked and swerved?
Yes, it kept on going straight down Main East.
Mm-hmm.
The same route the parade went.
Meaning you ran over people.
Did you...
He saw you.
Get a description of who was driving the vehicle you saw that day?
I did not.
But it was your black ass, though.
Did you get a license plate?
I did not.
His license plate.
Do you recall if the vehicle had any tinted windows?
No.
And I'm assuming at some point you
what?
Either were interviewed by law enforcement or seek to be interviewed.
Seek to be interviewed.
I did, by a detective.
I seek to be interviewed.
And do you recall if that was the same evening or?
It was not the same evening.
So it
was a couple days after.
Okay.
Do you recall in that interview that you had with the detective
stating that your kids were playing in the roadway and the operator of the vehicle honked the horn several times and veered to the left around the kids.
Oh.
So in your opinion, it wasn't trying to strike the kids.
Oh.
Correct. Yes.
It's the number. I'm telling y'all. It was only 6, y'all. It was only 6. So he avoided some, but hit others.
After it continued, I think you said east.
Yep.
Would that be correct? East.
Yep.
Did you see?
Yeah.
The vehicle strike anyone?
I did not. No.
No further questions. No further questions. Sit your black ass down.
Do you recall what side of the street the vehicle was traveling on at that
It
time?
was on the right side.
The right side.
So we were on the north side of the road.
So the right side would be.
Yep.
Did you see the vehicle stay on the north side of the road for the duration of the time that you observed?
Yes.
So you never saw it go to the other side of the road, or
no?
Oh, so because he kept his car on the right side of the road, then that means something too. He didn't swerve into the oncoming traffic. He stayed on the right side of the road right away. This we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I had given her extra key? And she never took her eyes off me.
no further questions at this
Thank you. Any cross?
Yes, just briefly. Good afternoon, Mr. Hayes.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your attendance, sir. Mr. Hayes, do you remember seeing a police officer at this intersection as well?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you remember writing in your report or telling the police officer that a police officer chased the vehicle on foot?
Objection, leading.
It's crossful.
I do remember that I thought I saw a police chasing after the car on foot.
Okay. And do you remember also telling the same officer that the SUV took off down the street and that it accelerated?
Yes.
Objection.
Is that?
Hold on, there's been an objection.
I guess the objection to be what officer is being referred to wasn't clear.
The one that was trying to kill you.
Overruled. The statement continue asking.
It's probably my Viking warrior.
I was asking was that referring to interview officer?
Your objection is noted. It's overruled. The statement asked the question fully.
Is that your recollection, sir, that the vehicle sped off and accelerated away?
Yes.
Objection speculative.
Overruled.
Do you also recall telling the officer who interviewed you that the driver of the vehicle had a dark complexion and a beard?
Yes.
Is that accurate with your recollection of the driver?
Yes.
But you didn't see a face. You couldn't
Objection,
identify anybody beyond those descriptions, correct?
Hold on. There's been an objection to leading. It's overruled. The witness may answer.
No.
All right, thank you, sir. Those were all my questions.
Thank you. Any redirect, sir?
Briefly.
There's literally no point for you to do a redirect.
The defense may call its next witness, please.
What happened? Law and crime be skipping stuff. I remember the dude testified. Oh well.
Quick question before I do: who's supposed to be arriving at 3:30?
Hey, Melanator.
I'm not sure.
Idiots and Darrell will be here at 3:30. Mr. Lescano is here now, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna finish Lescano.
Who's here now? Just trying to get clarity.
Bitch, there's only 3 people.
It would appear so. He's the one that's here.
All right, then he may. The defense is calling Abel Lescano, correct?
It doesn't. Wait a minute. Is that in front of the jury?
I knew who was here now.
Okay. The the jury is still in the room.
Quick question before I do: who's supposed to be arriving at 3:30? Just so I know.
I'm not sure.
Idiots and Darrell will be here at 3:30. Mr. Lescano is here now, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I knew who's here now. Just trying to get clarity.
Are you going to call Mr. Lescano?
When he hold his head like this, he looks like Scar from Lion King. Except Scar was smarter than him. It looks like Scar.
It would appear so. He's the one that's here.
All right, then he may.
This is in front of the jury.
Lescano, correct?
The defense is calling Abel Lescano.
All right, very well. We'll have him brought in. Thank you.
Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa. You can hear Brooks singing, "Be prepared."
Good afternoon, sir. If you would please make your way to the witness stand. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. And my clerk Teresa, who will be across from you or is across from you, will swear you in. Thank you.
Do you solemnly swear that the
Abel looked like he used to get into some things back in the day.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat.
And then, you know, he got that
First
little
thing I will have
that little
you do is
bang
to
in the
state
top.
Your first and last names for the record.
Got this little bang
Spell
right
each.
here.
Abel Lescano, ABEL, LAZCANO.
Thank you. Your witness, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lescano. What do you do for a living currently?
I'm a hairdresser.
He's like, and what,
No
bitch?
judgment whatsoever on this question. Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes, I have.
And how many times?
7.
Dumb. Look at that eye contact.
Do you recall the night of November 21st, 2021 pretty well? I know it's been a minute, but
Best as I can, yeah.
what were you doing that evening, if you recall?
The Christmas parade?
Were you marching in the parade? Or
No, I was watching it.
who were you there with? Family, friends?
My wife and my daughter.
Do you recall where you were positioned to watch the parade?
I was standing in front of the Corey Insurance on Main Street.
Well, it ended up backfiring on him to bring up his
that part of Main
record.
Street close to like a side street, if you recall.
Not too far from Abel.
Do you recall the side streets being barricaded during the parade?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Abel used to be in them. He used to run them
Do you
streets.
recall what time you arrived at the parade that evening?
It had just started, so whatever time that was at.
You recall something other than the parade catching your attention that day?
People getting hurt, yeah.
He was like, is this a real question?
And what did you see that day, if you recall?
I saw a red SUV plow over a bunch of people.
And did you see the driver of this SUV you're referring to?
Yeah, you're standing right there.
You bitch! It's you!
And how many people did you see in the vehicle?
Just one, the driver.
Not Marcus Atterion.
So, do you recall
Stephanie wasn't there either, was she?
flagging down a law enforcement vehicle that evening?
Yeah, I do.
And do you recall what you told the officer that evening?
Not very well.
I'm gonna attempt to see if anything brings back some recollection.
Brings back some recollection. I don't recall what I don't recall. Bring back some recollection.
First, do you recall the name of the officer you flagged down that evening?
Officer Moss.
Do you recall telling Officer Moss that you observed 3 or 4 people in the SUV as it passed you?
I don't remember that.
This is amazing. I would never get over it that he didn't prepare at all. I'm never going to get over that. I guess so, Vicky. He used his magic wand and disappeared.
So, to your recollection, the SUV that you saw, did it have tinted windows?
I don't remember.
Look at him. I don't understand this.
And do you remember what the description was that evening that you gave to law enforcement?
I told him it was a red SUV.
The description of the driver, do you remember that?
Yeah, I know he was a black male.
Oh, you can't put that tan
Is that
skin, dark
all
skin
you
shit with
recall
him.
about your description?
That's all I remember.
You can't put that dark skin, tan skin shit. Can't do it with this one. Is he? Why is his hand? Why? This is amazing.
After seeing this vehicle, what did you do?
We left. I got my family out of there.
Mm-hmm. That's the correct answer.
And where did you go?
We headed back to the car.
Do you recall where your vehicle was parked?
I believe it's the Lindholm or building. It's
Do you know where you parked?
on Maple Street.
I can't remember where I parked half the time. So no, I can't remember where I parked. I gotta do my alarm to find my car sometime.
Maple Street.
Which vehicle?
The SUV that you claim you saw.
Oh no, I didn't see it stop. No, it kept going through the parade.
And speaking with is it Detective Moss?
Does it matter?
Well, speaking with law enforcement that evening.
Yeah.
Do you recall advising law enforcement that you observed 3 black subjects running from the vehicle?
Uh-oh.
No, I don't remember that.
That's
Please,
you,
the court, I would like to
Marcus and Terrion.
show
Oh, look at him.
the witness this. I'm referring to page 4 exactly.
Is it a statement this witness personally wrote?
No.
I believe it's what I don't think he wrote it himself.
So it's a summary written by another person.
By I don't know if it's Officer Moss or Detective Moss. I'm not sure if
It doesn't matter.
which one it is.
You're trying to introduce hearsay.
Continue with your questions. I'm going to deny the request that you show the exhibit or the paperwork to the witness.
Just ask him, did you say it? Or just tell him you said it.
Do you recall making the statements to Detective Moss that you observed one where it says one was described as running southbound on Maple towards College Avenue? Do you recall that?
No, I don't.
Do you recall stating that the other two were described as running in a westerly direction from the rear of 338 Maple Street?
No.
That's Marcus and Terrion.
Do you recall stating that one black subject was described as tall, wearing a blue top and blue and black pants, while the other subjects were described as two short black males wearing sweatpants?
That's you, bitch.
Barely, a little bit of that.
That's you.
So, which of these subjects do you minimally recall wearing those items that evening?
No, you asked me if I remember people running, and I said no. I remember describing those people to him. I remember.
So where did you observe those?
Standing by the vehicle, where I found the vehicle, where I spotted it.
That's right, bitch. I told. I told.
Just so we have clarity, describe the subjects you saw that evening standing by the vehicle.
I don't remember that good. You were describing them, so it brought back a little bit, but I can't tell you. That was too long ago.
Oh boy, he messing up his defense by saying he don't remember.
And how did you come upon the vehicle at the address of 338 Maple Street that evening?
I was walking my family back to the car, trying to get them to safety. So I was keeping an eye out, and I spotted it.
That's what dads do. That's what fathers do. They protect their family, protect their children.
Do you recall stating that you saw the SUV reverse into a driveway?
No.
Uh-oh.
Do you recall why that would be reported?
No. When I found it, it was parked already.
Somebody getting irritated. Did y'all, it's proven that they didn't talk to somebody. Witnesses talked to somebody. It's proven. It's obvious. Come on, bro.
Do you recall when you initially had the interaction with Detective Moss? Do you recall leading him to where the vehicle was ultimately found?
Yeah.
He's like, why? What is the point of this?
Do you recall
Like,
yelling
come on, so I can bust you in your
subjects standing outside of a building where, or near where the vehicle was that evening?
I remember asking them. I don't remember yelling at them.
Oh gosh, this is painful. This is painful. If I was in the jury, I'd just be looking like this poor baby.
Do you recall why the report says that you advised Detective Moss that there are 3 black subjects, specifically black subjects, running from the vehicle?
Boy,
No,
he want to hold on to that. Other folks in the vehicle. He gonna put Marcus and Terrion in that car with him. Why wasn't Marcus on your witness list? And they asked him like, so where were you going? His friend. What's his friend's name? It's Stephanie.
Were you yourself injured in this incident that evening?
No.
I want Marcus produced. I need to hear his side of the story. I need to hear Marcus and Tyrion and Stephanie's sides of the story. Why wasn't they here? To say that wasn't him. We don't even know who that person is. Because they don't respond to that name. They don't recognize that name. This is my friend Nameless right here. This is the kid. He ain't got no name. He's the kid. He the kid. You know what I'm saying, man? It's the kid, man.
Do you recall stating that? Well, let me back up for a minute.
Come on.
Did you speak with another detective that evening, if you recall?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall if that was Detective Coates?
I don't remember his name.
So it'd be fair to say that you spoke with two different law enforcement officers that evening.
No. Does reports show you that? Well, it'd be fair to say you talked to two that evening. Also, it must have been a conspiracy where the first one gave notes to the second one so they could get you.
Do you recall in your interview with Detective Coates? In reference to the vehicle that you saw that evening.
The vehicle?
Do you recall telling Detective Coates that it appeared there were 3 or 4 people in the Ford Escape as it passed you?
Boy, you gonna hold on to them 3 or 4 people. Hold it tight.
Do you recall in your interview with Detective Coates that evening stating that you could not provide any description of the occupants other than that they appeared to be African American?
Yeah, I remember saying that.
So it'd be fair to say that you observed African Americans in this vehicle that you saw, correct?
The reason why I came up with 3 or 4 people was because when I was walking by and I saw the car, there was 2 or 3 black males standing by the vehicle. There was at least 3 or 4 more on the porch. So I figured they were by the vehicle. It must have been the ones trying to hide the vehicle because they were standing in front of it or real close to it.
In your opinion, did it look like they were nervous or attempting to hide?
Well, everybody was running past them and running really.
Well, you was
walking
attempting
really
to hide.
fast, and they were just standing around there.
You attempted
the
to
only ones
hide.
not doing much.
You were nervous.
So yeah, they stood out.
Now, this is the question actually was in reference to when you spoke with Detective Coates that evening, and it is in reference to seeing the vehicle in the parade as it passed you. Do you recall at that point, while at the parade that evening, do you recall stating to Detective Coates that it appeared that there were 3 or 4 people in the Ford Escape as it passed you during the parade that evening?
No, I don't remember that.
Erica, Marcus, and Stephanie. They was all in the vehicle.
Any reason why the Detective Coates would report that that's what you stated to him?
Like I said before, I saw 2 or 3 people by the vehicle, so I assumed they were with the vehicle. So they must have been in the vehicle during the parade. I saw the driver going by because he hit somebody right in front of us.
Uh-oh. Do not proceed. Don't pass go. Reverse.
Do you recall in your interview with Detective Coates that evening stating that the three individuals, and I'm referring to who you saw next to the vehicle, so it's clarification.
Yeah. Erica, Marcus,
The
and
three
Stephanie.
individuals
Mm-hmm.
who were standing in a line, shoulder to shoulder,
Yes.
as African American males.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say that's what you observed that evening.
I saw at least two of them. And looked like they were standing in front of it.
And they were probably nosy and like, damn, look at this shit here. That's what they was doing. They probably like, I hope this wasn't nobody black that did this. Sometimes we hear about a crime, we're like, oh God, I hope it didn't nobody black do that.
And during that interview with Detective Coates that evening,
Mm-hmm.
do you recall stating to Detective Coates that you may be able to recognize the older male? So I'm assuming one of the individuals that you saw standing shoulder to shoulder was a older male.
I don't remember.
Well, you're an older male. You're 40. I don't know if he was trying to say that Lescano was a racist. I guess, like we lined up three black guys and like it was a little mini police lineup and it was them three black guys. And all he kept focusing on was the black guy. Wasn't nobody else but the black guys. So maybe that's where he's going with this. Maybe. Hey, Cher. I don't know.
Any reason why multiple, well, I'm not going to say multiple, two. Any reason why the two detectives that you spoke with that night both reported?
Both.
That you stated you saw three black subjects running from the vehicle?
F.
No.
He like, I got some here. I'm going to get this lying motherfucker.
And during the parade incident, were you or anyone you were with injured that evening?
No.
No further questions at this time.
Well, it can't be any more time because you just did your redirect.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Lescano.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you said you watched the parade near Curry Insurance, is that correct?
Yeah, right in front.
Okay. Do you remember, you said you saw the SUV strike some people in the parade?
Objection.
Yes. Do you remember what group of people in the parade? Can you remember anything about the name or the banner or the costumes or anything like that?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. It's crossed.
Speculative.
I was saying, going with tossing.
The witness may answer. I believe he said no. His answer was
Yeah.
Tossing objections.
Okay. Do you remember seeing the SUV strike more than one person?
Yeah.
Objection, speculative.
overruled.
About how many people did you see the SUV strike, sir?
Objection, speculative.
Overruled.
It was crowds. I mean, when it was coming through, because I was standing over my daughter and my wife, they were sitting on the curb. I saw it coming through.
Uh-oh.
And at first it looked like it was just pushing people out of the way.
Uh-oh.
It just kept swerving back and it was just plowing everybody out of the way.
Uh-oh.
So it got to in front of us, then it actually hit somebody and it just did like a cartwheel in the air.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was right in front of us.
Okay.
And while the witness was giving the answer, not the last answer, but the one prior to that, he had his right hand in the air, directioning his hand from right to left, describing the vehicle coming from right to left. And then when he said,
he upset.
Into the air, he was like twirling his fingers as
Look
if
at
to
him.
say it kind of tumbled in the air. All right.
Look at him.
Thank you. So, Mr. Lescano, I want to talk about the moment when you located this vehicle on Maple, okay? I'm going to ask, Madam Clerk, could you please turn on the AV system? We're going to put up State's Exhibit 65.
Go ahead.
Come on, you got all the exhibits now. You got all the exhibits.
Objection to the relevancy of Exhibit 65.
Noted, overruled. It's been received. The state may proceed.
All right, this total clip is 36 seconds, but before we begin to play it, sir, do you recognize the area on the screen that's shown in this picture?
Yeah, I believe that's Central Middle School.
Where?
Right at where the stairs is.
Okay, the red brick on the left side of the picture?
Yeah.
Objection
Okay.
speculative.
Overruled. His answer may stand instead, I believe.
And would you agree with me, the house where the SUV was found was up in this area here where I just put the green dot on the screen?
Yeah.
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
That looks right, correct, sir?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
All right, we're gonna clear the screen, please, and we're gonna play this entire clip for 36
There go the
seconds.
officer and Elvis.
Please watch and see if you see yourself or any of your family members in this clip.
Objection to the relevancy of this video to this particular witness.
Overruled. You may play the clip.
Overruled on what grounds, Your Honor?
Shut up. Here this bitch go. There you go.
Is that a tacit agreement?
Look, there's another escape right there. Well, looky. That was some common vehicles. There's another Ford Escape.
Sir, did you see yourself or your family in that clip?
Objection speculative.
Overruled.
No, I did not.
Okay. Now, you said you did see, by the time you walked past the car, you saw 2 or 3 black males standing near the car, right?
Objection mischaracterization of this. He said 3. Specifically said the number.
Specifically.
Overruled.
And you also said you saw 2 or 3 what you thought to be black males on the porch of the residence there, correct?
Objection stated it was black males. Asked and answered.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
No.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, there was 2 or 3 standing by the vehicle.
Okay.
And then on the porch, there was maybe 3 or 4 or more people. I don't know if they were, I'm sure they were white, but
okay.
I was trying to not make it obvious because at the time, I believe that they were with the vehicle. So I didn't want them to see that I saw them. So I just did what I thought was right at the time.
Sure. Do you happen to know the people that live at this house?
Objection speculative.
Overruled.
Help you, God.
Would it be reasonable, do you think, Mr. Lescano, that people living in the house heard the crash and came outside and that's who you saw standing there by the vehicle?
Objection. There was never any crash mentioned.
Sustained. Cause for speculation.
Oh, help him. Help him.
Mr. Lescano, is it possible that the people you saw standing near the vehicle were in fact just neighbors that saw the vehicle the same way you did?
Yeah.
You described that at the time you went by on Maple Street, there was a lot of people running around in the area. Is that correct?
Objection mischaracterization of testimony.
Overruled.
Yes,
Baby, cockapants.
And these were people hurrying away from the parade with their families, trying to get to safety, just like you were, correct?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes.
You didn't see anything like that in State's Exhibit 65, did you?
No, I did not.
Uh-oh. Look at him. Look at him.
You said on
the demon is
direct
coming out
examination that you saw the driver of the SUV in the parade. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
And you see that driver present in this courtroom here today, please?
Objection speculative.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he's sitting right over there.
Uh-oh.
Are you sure about that, sir?
Yes.
Objection speculative.
Overruled.
Uh-oh.
You said
that
that
mischaracterizes the testimony because that was not testified to before on direct.
You don't know nothing about
Objections
trial
are overruled.
advocacy.
I believe the witness already answered. Go ahead.
Did you happen to notice in Exhibit 65 the red SUV in that video clip that you watched?
No.
You didn't see it at
Couldn't
all,
see
did
it,
you?
no.
Okay, just wondered. Mr. Lescano, have you and I ever spoken about this case, sir?
No.
What about Attorney Basie here to my right? You heard her ever talk about this case through your testimony?
Objection, hearsay.
Hearsay.
No.
Mr. Witchow on the end, did you ever talk to him about
Objection.
your testimony, sir?
Objection, hearsay.
Overrule.
No.
All right, thank you, sir. I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Any redirect?
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Come on, you got something. Come on, get this
stated-
essay.
You stated that you
Uh-oh.
saw the driver, correct? Of the SUV that you saw that day, correct?
Yes.
How did the driver look that day you saw him?
Oh, he in his big boy
He had a
stance.
scruffy beard, and he was a black male.
Did you see what the driver was wearing?
No, I don't remember that.
Did you see if the driver had any hair?
I don't remember that either.
See if the driver had anything noticeable about their appearance, tattoos, scars, marks, anything like that?
No. I saw the side, the profile, the side. You were flying fast down that street. I wasn't paying attention to the color clothes you were wearing. I knew it was a black male and had a scruffy beard. It's the first thing I told my wife is he was a black guy driving.
Uh-oh. Come on, you getting mad now. Come on, get this essay now. You got to establish your jailhouse dominance. So come get him. He got to be the baddest bitch in the yard. Come on.
And do you recall how long you were able to get a side view, as you called it, of the alleged driver?
Well, it had to be a couple seconds.
And in a couple seconds time, you were able to make out the driver's profile and race just by a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not hard.
At all. Especially with the
So if you were
window
white or
down.
if you were black and if you had a beard, no, that's it. I don't know what color shirt you had on. If you had hair, a hat on backwards.
But it was you.
So that leads back to the question of,
Oh, come on. Look at him.
is that the only person you saw in the vehicle?
Oh.
From what I remember, yes. I saw the driver.
There were other people in the vehicle.
Like I said before, the reason why I thought there was 3 or 4 because I saw 3 or 4 people around the vehicle when I spotted it.
So would it be
That's the only reason.
Would it be fair to say that?
Come on. Keep working it out.
When you spoke with 2 different detectives that evening, the evening of the parade, both of those officers reported that you stated there were 3 or 4 people in the SUV as it passed you. Is that fair to say?
Oh, wait, can you repeat that again?
Just for clarification, you already stated previously in testimony that you spoke with 2 different detectives that evening, correct?
Yes, I did.
And both detectives that you spoke with that evening, the evening of November 21st, 2021, you stated to both of those law enforcement officers, detectives, that you observed 3 or 4 people in the SUV.
Like I said before, the reason why I said there must have been 3 or 4 was because they were standing by a vehicle. So I assumed that they were with the vehicle. I don't remember seeing them in the vehicle when they were hitting the people.
You stated this to both detectives, 2 different detectives, the evening of November 21st, 2021. And this was in relation to what you saw from the vehicle at the parade, not
Come on.
where the vehicle was later found.
Right, right.
Any reason why you stated to both detectives in relation to what you saw at the parade? Why both detectives in their reports stated that you told them that you observed 3 or 4 people in the SUV at the time of the parade?
Hail Mary.
So what's your question?
The question is, why did you report that to 2 different detectives on the same evening?
Like I told you before, when I walked past the vehicle, I spotted more than one individual standing in front of the vehicle. So I assumed they were with the vehicle. That's why I said they were inside.
I'm sorry.
That's why I said they were in the vehicle. I said there had to be at least 3 of them in the vehicle.
Both. Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I said that.
So why would you report that you saw this during the parade?
I don't know.
This is your witness.
And during both interviews with detectives that evening, the evening of November 21st, 2021.
Yeah.
You also stated to both detectives that you observed 3 or 4 black or African American is the word used.
Black.
3 or 4 African Americans running from the vehicle. Any reason why both detectives reported that you said that?
No, I don't remember.
Both of them.
No further questions.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
I don't even know what the point of that was. What was the point? There was no point. Both.
We have additional witnesses here.
Yes, Your Honor, they're ready.
All right, would that be how many people?
There's 2 left.
Okay, so the 2 left on your list. Your next witness, sir.
I don't have time to do Bobby Oz and my other lady. My memory is trash. It is so trash. Uriel, Mama Uriel. Whoa. Anyway, I don't have time to play them tonight. I have to play it. I come back next week, and like I said, or I might just I'll play the rest of it, and then next Saturday we can do our best freakouts, Darrell freakouts, and best Dusty Darrellisms that we can find as well. Yeah, thank you, Amanda. I knew somebody was gonna get me straight with Uriel. Let me see where I'm at here. Just one quick second. I want you all to make sure that you enjoy watching your horror movies. I want you to enjoy eating your candy and making memories for other little children's childhoods. I enjoy giving candy to the trick-or-treaters. I'm providing a memory. You know, I didn't get to have that memory. My parents denied me Halloween. They said it was a satanic holiday. So I didn't learn the joys of Halloween until I was older. And went over my friend's house and let me go trick-or-treating with her for the first time. I was like, this is amazing. But anyway, and then make sure if y'all like horror movies, I highly recommend Saw X. That movie was great. Thank you, Monica. That movie was great. It is a return to the old Saw. And it's set between Saw 1 and 2. So I guess it's like Saw 1.5. But I'm telling you, it's a great movie. And we finally got to learn about John Kramer and not just Jigsaw being resurrected every movie by flashback. Your favorite horror movie is Angel Heart. this other screen. I can't even see nothing. I need to put my glasses on probably. But I talk so bad about them, I can't do it. Angel Heart. Okay. Oh, watch the Chucky series. Okay. I just, I have Shudder, and that's like the Netflix for horror movies. And I just picked stuff. I watched the Winnie the Pooh, like Blood and Honey. And it was about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet became feral after they had to eat Eeyore because Christopher Robin went to college. And so they went feral and they lost their minds and they didn't kill Christopher Robin, they killed Christopher Robin's wife. And they was chasing Pooh all over it was dumb. It was a bunch of young girls in the woods running around half naked, playing loud music, and then Pooh came and just systematically wiped them all out. So anyway, if y'all want to see something bad, but not an abomination bad, then I would recommend, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. But don't have your kids watch it though. Okay, just because it says Winnie the Pooh, it's not a poo. Y'all do. Well, anyway, I'm just go ahead and call it a night. And I appreciate everyone who came by. Please make sure that you smash that like button on your way out if you hadn't already done it. And of course, share the stream so I can get my views up. And again, if you've been watching me and you've been with me all this time tonight, I highly recommend you check out the Flint Council meetings. I'm telling you, I promise, you're going to enjoy it. If you like fuckery, watch my Flint videos. I'm telling you, you're cheating yourself. Y'all cheating yourself. All right, well, this weekend I'm going Halloweening. I'm going out of town to a special haunted house that's like 2 stories big. I am going to be in Halloween heaven. Yes, my maze. Yes. Oh, well, I'm not in Flint, so I'm in Doofus, Birmingham, Alabama. So, but no, they don't have water yet. They don't have fresh water yet. No, not yet. And I don't think that they're ever going to have anything with how corrupt that government is. It's super corrupt. Anyway, y'all will know the story if y'all watch the live streams. So y'all need to watch so y'all can keep up with what's going on. Y'all should trust me by now. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. So anyway, y'all have a good night. And drums, please.
Drums, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great time tonight. We have truly enjoyed ourselves, and we be.